Brought to you by water. That was the timing of starting that while I'm drinking water.
And Dr. Pepper from Chick-fil-A.
Dr. Pepper. So, what did you guys do last week?
I need to take this jacket off. Holy shit, it's warm.
Nice guns.
Hey, man.
Last
If you're being
week,
real or not.
the fucking hair.
Dude, it's the first time I've ever dyed any of it. It's
Wait, it actually died?
Yeah,
I thought you were
it's
wearing a
fully
wig.
fucking bleached, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I thought you were wearing a wig.
Whoa.
What the heck? Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
That is commitment to the costume.
Seriously.
Man.
Oh, man, dude.
Wow.
Hets and North are cracking up in the chat already.
That's insane.
That's all right. Anyways, yeah, what you guys do last week?
We woke up in the Sarahpool encampment. Let me get my book.
Sarapool?
Sarahpool.
Tesserpool?
If it's Slavic like this, the T is silent. It is.
Yeah. Come on, you Vistani half man, or half Vistani
I was
man.
I'm listening to our DM and how he actually pronounces it.
Don't listen to me.
DM's
I
king.
pronounce everything wrong.
It said clip it and ship it, brothers. Just by the way, so you're gonna be on Discord. Anyways,
I'm what?
it's clipped it.
Nice.
Your hair. And we woke up at the encampment, the Vistani encampment. Did some stuff around the camp a little bit in the morning, and then decided instead of kind of taking the rougher route that kind of cuts through a bit more mountainous terrain, would be difficult for us in our carts. We decided to head back to the junction, the T junction in the road back behind us, the crossroads where we suspected that we might have some information on Mr. Big Bad. If anyone wants to take over from there.
Yeah, we started digging up graves.
Wait, we met that one bitch, didn't we? Before we got there?
Yeah.
Vampire chick?
She was at it.
Yeah, Callista.
Yeah, she was sitting on the tombstone. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we did. Did you mention we did talk with Madame Ava a little bit more, and saw
I didn't mention
she
that.
doesn't quite actually look as
Oh,
old as she
yeah.
was before.
Yeah, she looked younger. That's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then we found the vampire chick on the tombstone and kind of exchanged some words and scared her off. And then we proceeded to take a look at the I think we rolled like 20 different checks on that noose. Is that about right? And then kind of figured through the noose, figured out it was a rope of climbing, and then proceeded to start digging up the other graves that we, after a timely detect magic spell, we noticed that there was some magic emanating from the graves, and we started digging those up. And that took quite a while.
Big point in there. Callista had dug up Ginny's grave as well.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right as well.
Also, another big point, Callista's still alive.
Yeah. She zoopity booped out of there. Turned into mist
She
and
turned into a
we
bat.
suspected turned into a bat, yeah.
Raggedy ass bitch.
No hunt right now, Tanner. We thought we had her, but then we learned a little bit more about vampires.
Yeah. We checked out the other tombstones.
5 of them had a raven marking on them, and 3 of those ravens were circled, which we found out had some sort of protection spell emanating from within.
Yeah, there was the word hopelessness written in Elvish on them. And
That's
then
right.
we started grave robbing, and in one of them we opened up the coffin. There was an obsidian key
Sitting on a stone block.
Yes, on a stone block. There was a scroll in another, and then a book with a lock on it. And we mage hand the book because out of everything, we thought that was the one thing that was cursed.
We don't know if it is or not. It might be. Who knows?
Oh, we touched it, right? Well, it wouldn't. It may not like manifest right away, I guess.
Who knows?
And then a bunch of undead boys, because this is Money's campaign. And of course, there would be.
Curse of Strahd.
I know.
The
I
gothic
wrote it.
horror campaign.
Back in the 70s, I wrote it.
Well, before those undead showed up, the skeleton we pulled it from whispered, "Death to the followers of Strahd," as the undead rose around us. Including what we seem some sort of leader of them, maybe a undead necromancer or something of that like that came from the gallows.
Right. We were about to get our shit rocked because they kept on coming. And then Dallin recalled an elvish rhyme that what was the rhyme based on? It was was it death to the followers of Strahd, and it had that was the trigger word for it, right?
Well, that was them saying death to the followers of Strahd. And correct me if I'm saying this wrong, Money. I think you said it sounded like an old elvish rhyme or riddle, and I gave the response. But those weren't the actual words of the riddle. It just sounded like one, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it was in the rhythm of an old Elvish riddle.
That's what it was.
In which the next verse, the next verse was exactly what you said, whereas what he said didn't, but it matched the rhythm.
Yeah.
And with the history check, you figured that
out. So they chilled. They dropped. I think they all just kind of dropped where they were. Yeah. Stopped fighting us, and then the one, I think the necromancer gave us one of these before he dipped. He did something before he left. I think he said something, didn't he? Does anyone remember if he didn't he have some sort of interaction with us before he dipped out?
Weren't they saying? Oh wait, no, that was in the book. I don't think so.
He was too late, Panic. We played earlier.
I don't think he had any interaction with us, but at that point, we got to play a little decoder with the book.
Yeah, my next line is puzzle to open book, then Ketham, goddamn.
Yeah, you figured that out pretty quick.
Ketham / Austin. But yeah.
Yeah, the paper scroll was some sort of lines, and then up at the top in Elvish it said, I think it was like speak the name of the Forsaken. So then that decoder and then the runes on the book got them kind of pieced all that together to the word was Sergei. The name was Sergei. Opened the book, and then we had that long reading from Strahd's tome. We found out that is Strahd's journal. Keepers of the Feather were a group that helped some Pallid Elves hide that journal.
And correction on that, they're Dusk Elves, my mistake.
Dusk
Elves, okay.
I don't know how much that matters, but that was a detail I realized going over it this last week. I was like, oh, they're not, I don't think they're Pallid Elves. They're closer to Wood Elves than anything.
Also, we spoke to a raven, and the raven
yeah.
answered and like pointed us in the direction of some tree or something.
Yeah, the tree.
It answered yes and no questions.
Yep. He gave me a direction of where that tree is. Northwest.
That's not a yes or no question, though. Just
I gave him a very basic response. Point in the direction that it is, type thing, you know. I did ask yes or no if he knew where this tree was. And he said, well, I didn't say yes, but he nodded.
Okay.
Oh, and all those undead were elves as well. They were part of the Dusk Elves. I guess that were fighting Strahd at one point.
Yeah, that's a good observation. I was going to mention that if you guys didn't, that you did realize that those were all elves. That's a fun little flavor to it.
And now we're just chilling at the crossroads after that fight.
Ooh.
So you guys are now coming back to the session here. You just finished figuring out this book and reading through it. Kind of a snapshot of what's there. Throughout the campaign, there's tidbits and pieces wherever you go will be pulled from that book to give a little bit more insight on the location from Strahd's perspective, which is super neat. So this is kind of what you get immediately. But yeah, so you're here at this graveyard, and I'll do better about tracking your pack animals and things. We kind of just jumped into that, and you're like, oh, you're at the grave. Where's your horses? Fuck if I know. Not used to having so many horses and mules, so I got a little better about that.
I forgot to give you a portrait. Sorry about that.
I did update
That's my
that
bad
for
too.
some people.
Oh, that'll work.
And yeah, so you guys find yourselves in the graveyard. What are you guys doing?
I don't think we had much. Is anyone hurt badly? I guess I should speak in Dallin's voice. Anyone take any hard hits from that fight? We need a rest before we move on.
I'm down to 10 health, yes.
10 health. That's a weird way of saying that you're beat up.
Oh, pardon me.
I'm not feeling too well either. I'm down about 9 health or so.
What is this health you all speak of?
Which is a third of what I got. So I think a short rest will be in order.
Yeah, can we take an hour and kind of kick back
Sure.
and short rest it up?
It is currently midday. And yeah, you guys can go ahead and take a short rest. It doesn't take long. While you're doing that, who's not healing right now? Who's not kind of tending to themselves or regaining anything?
I'm only down 2, but I was going to regain those.
I'm down 3, and I would get action surge back.
Oh, you 100%.
That might be.
You 100% need to rest.
I get my second of 2 spell slots back too if we short rest.
Judas, are you hurt?
Yeah, I'm down 10 health. And I don't have
Well, we'll do
mage armor
this.
on
That way
anymore.
you could still get your health. I'll have Ketham give me a perception check. He has the highest remaining health, so he probably spends a little bit less time having to tend to himself. Well, actually, you're missing more than.
I'm only missing
have
2.
Dallin do it. Yeah, he's missing 3. Never mind. He has higher, but he's missing. So you can go ahead.
Practice roll.
And you
Just
rolled a
warm it
1.
up, just warm
so
it
let's
up.
go ahead.
What
You guys don't see fucking shit. Go ahead and hit
Can't
short
see
rest.
fucking shit out of this thing.
Go ahead and hit short rest and throw your hit die.
Where's short rest? Oh, it's the little bed icon there.
Should I take it? How many do we get back on long
You
rest?
get half, right? I think it's half rounded up. I think it's rounded
Nice.
up. I can't remember.
Oh, what do we get for stress for short rest?
I don't think we get any
I don't-
stress relief.
Fuck.
I'm looking.
Hey, we take off all stress after a short rest, right, Money?
No.
Fuck.
Oh,
How high is your stress right now?
It's a secret.
He halved it. I know he halved it twice, and he had a potential to be like as high as 55.
It's like 50 something, yeah.
I'm at 33.
According to his thing, on a short rest, you can spend a hit die to reduce it. That's what the rules.
Yeah, that is
So-
a thing you can do. You can spend hit.
I'm at 33 because I was at 22, but then we did the long rest and the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, you lost it from the long rest. Some of it from the long rest.
Yeah, you lose 10 from long rest.
While you guys are kind of bandaging and healing yourselves and kind of talking amongst yourselves, Irina approaches Kalain.
Oh no, she wants some pearls back.
You didn't give them back to her.
She comes over and kind of, I imagine you're maybe sitting or leaning up against the wagon. She kind of leans next to you and she says that I'm sorry about your sister. Those monsters have no mercy. Not even after they have taken the life from you. I can't help but feel somewhat responsible that we Barovians are too weak to overthrow him.
That's kind of you to say, but don't feel sorry about this. It's not your fault. It's no citizen's fault here that a monster decided to take root in this land. I appreciate the sympathy, but at this point, there's nowhere to go but forward, and that means trying to take out Strahd, and of course, keeping you safe.
Yeah, keeping me safe. I don't agree with any of this, by the way. I shouldn't have left the village. Ismark will need someone to lean on, to trust. All he's ever done his whole life was care for others. It's not fair that he's alone now, and I'm not there for him. I wonder if I even should have left at all.
Considering that Strahd has an eye on you, I feel like your brother was next in line to fall into harm. I think, and this is just my belief, but if you wanted to keep your brother safe, I think the best move was to keep moving and come with us so we can take you somewhere else safe. If he had stayed, who knows what might have happened? Strahd might have come in the next day and taken you by force, or taking your brother out. You never know these things.
I just kind of wish Ismark was with us right now. You're lucky to have your brother with you.
I am very lucky to have my brother with me, yes. He's a good person. A little empty on the head, but he makes up for it with spirit.
What's the
And
rest of your family like?
well,
It's weird that you're, you know, an elf and he's not.
that you make a good point. That's very observant. Ears. That's Kethem also pointed out ears, that rat bastard. It's a little complicated. Him and I don't share the same mother, share the same father, and think of it as a crime of passion.
I never met my mother. In fact, I don't even remember much of my early childhood. My earliest memory is being lost in the woods and Ismark saving me as he always does.
Yeah, older brothers are like that. Lost in the woods. That's a scary thought. What else do you remember?
Not much before that, but to be completely honest, I never really felt much a part of this village. Never really belonged here, but I guess who could belong in a place like that anyways? And now it sounds kind of silly, but I just feel like a card that was placed in the wrong deck. And I'm meant to be somewhere else.
I understand that. I do. I've always felt out of place in my family. There are those that welcome me with open arms, and I appreciate it, but for the most part, I think I understand you. Just feeling as if we just don't belong. And to be honest with you, in that village, we got some very sus people over there. Some really weird folk, like that one guy Catherine was trying to fight. That was fucking weird. So, but I hope it was home. You know, if you think of home, what do you think?
Well, my dad is now passed, and Ismark. I just don't understand what he's thinking. We'll go to Vallaki and Vallaki and what? I'm gonna hole up in St. Andrews forever?
I guess we'll both find out together.
On the matter of my pearls, it seems that you need them more than me. So why don't you just keep them?
Irina, say the word and I'll give them back to you. These don't belong to me. If you ever needed them, if you, for some reason, just please ask. They've been very useful so far, and I appreciate it.
Of course. Hold on to them.
Can do.
The rest of you kind of clean up your wounds and get your horses and your cart ready. Anybody doing anything else?
I'm good here.
I think so.
I'm just looking into one thing. There's no camp actions you can do on a short rest, right? I just want to ask.
Can't understand. You sound like you're in a soda can. Say it again. Anybody else doing something while he's fixing his mic?
He was asking if he could do camp actions and a short rest, but no,
Oh, no.
I'm good on my side.
I didn't think so. Is that better?
Oh yeah, a lot
Yeah,
better.
that does sound
There we
better.
go. It sometimes pings to my webcam mic for no reason at all.
No, camp actions are for long.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Okay. So you guys are at the crossroads still. You have the road to the village, the road back to the pool, and the road, the Spalich road. Which way are you guys going?
Southwest, I think, to kind of go around over to the eventually to the Sarah
taking the
Falls.
main road.
Yeah, I think that was mostly the whole point of us going this way. Right,
Okay.
guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll
We
just
wanna
give you a
check out
bit
the
more of an
crossroads
idea that at a glance, the road to the Sarah Pool has become heavily obscured with fog. You cannot see much past the trail, however, it is traversable. The high road is much clearer. The fog kind of kissing the trees, maybe 60 feet off into the wood line. So it's a little bit more visible going down the actual road, heading back to the pool. It's a little bit harder to see. Not that it's impossible.
I think we were pretty set on going southwest. And that was
Yeah.
most of the reason we came this way.
Might as well.
You begin to follow the trail as it clings to the side of the mountain.
So like going up? Are we kind of like on like edge of a mountain type thing, or is it just kind of foothills? I mean, I guess you're about to describe it.
Yeah, you're slowly kind of going uphill.
Okay.
Love that quote.
That was a good quote.
Yeah, good quote.
Oh shit, I missed it.
It's a Ted Lasso quote.
Oh,
Yeah.
You follow the dirt road. It's kind of like dirt mixed with cobblestone. I think we've covered that. As it clings to the side of a mountain, it winds and turns, and the journey seems unimpeded. The road is smooth even for a dirt road. I need to get a marching order.
I'll be in the front, my lord.
I think I was riding the cart kind of towards the back with my horse roped up alongside. Maybe someone
It's
behind
pretty,
me. So Arena's
pretty
not in
easy
the
to
back.
ride. It's pretty easy to ride side by side in this area where a wagon kind of takes up the bulk of the road. So you and Arena are in the back. On the
I was
wagon.
gonna ride next to Dallin.
So you can kind of keep an eye behind me instead of Arena sitting in the back.
You're a little bit forward. It's hard to kind of share the trail with the wagon, so you're more kind of a little ahead of them.
You want to go a little behind?
I'll
Oh, you
be
wanna go
just
behind?
behind. I'll be just behind the front.
So okay, we're going 4 long then.
You cool with that, Joel?
What's going
Like
on?
riding a little
Just to
behind the
mess
cart
up,
instead
just
of
to
in
mess
front.
up your box.
Yeah, that's fine.
Messing up my box. Damn it all.
I just didn't want
Uh,
Arena being sitting in the cart in the very, very rear.
Yeah,
Oh,
What's your pace?
Normal, I think.
galloping, dude.
Full dead sprint.
Oh, we got the draft horse in the front, so we're just lopping along.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, so in that case, and I'm sorry, Judas, where were you? Up front?
Yeah, I was thinking, is that box what our marching order is?
Yeah, I was trying to have something for that.
Okay, I just want to be by Ketham.
Ugh.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Well, then, as you guys are making your way up this dirt road, both of you give me a perception check.
Who? Me and Ketham?
Yes.
Ketham.
Careful.
Ketham.
You start to see a little bit of movement and figures kind of in the fog off to your. Say you've kind of hit this trail here and you're headed northward. You're seeing movement to your east, into the tree line to your east. And you both kind of periodically catch a glimpse of glowing yellow eyes in the woods. As you kind of look to see, a bit of movement kind of grabs your eyes and your peripheral vision. Immediately it vanishes. When you turn your head, each time they're gone. The path you've taken may have been longer, but you get a feeling that it's a safer choice. Seeing all the movement and hearing, you kind of hear the howling, you hear kind of just in general, hearing things coming from the woods to the east. It seems like you made the right choice. And this campaign's all about choices, so everybody gets 200 XP each for making the safer choice.
Oh, cool.
So go ahead and add that to yourselves, 200 XP to each of you. The road itself is in decent shape. Ancient cobblestones are hidden away by dirt and mud for the most part, but periodically you find areas blanketed with it. The trail ends before an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone that spans a massive natural chasm.
Oh wait, a what that spans it? It's a
bridge.
bridge? Okay.
You see gargoyles, stone gargoyles, cloaked in black moss, perched on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool itself feeds a river that meanders into the fog-shrouded pines toward the direction from which you came. Ahead of you, and just on the other side of the bridge, is the black stagecoach you'd seen before. The familiar team of dark black horses restlessly stomping the ground, yearning to run. A hooded driver sits on the bench, unmoving, and at the side of the carriage, standing next to it and sitting on the steps, you see another hooded figure. Upon your arrival to the bridge, he stands and crosses his arms and waits patiently. He isn't dressed as nicely as Strahd, but nonetheless wears impressive armor and boots, indicating possibly high birth or even wealth. What are you guys doing? So he's on the opposite side of the bridge for you guys, waiting.
Hold on. Trying to turn down the volume. It's a little loud.
But so we know it's Strahd.
No.
We don't.
So it's just two hooded figures. One's in like very pristine armor.
One's the driver, if you remember, kind of a hooded, like severely hooded figure sitting on the bench, same as before. This other person doesn't look to be dressed like Strahd. That's all you've noticed from where you're at.
How big is the bridge? Is it actually like this picture, or is it more like just 50 feet, or what are we looking at, like lengthwise?
How far across?
Yeah. How far away are they from us?
What you get, it's an enormous bridge.
Oh, it's huge. Okay.
Absolutely
so like
enormous.
Hundreds of feet.
Yeah, and then about 1,000 feet down.
Is there a river below?
Yes.
Well, they probably aren't coming across running water. I don't know where the height limit for that is.
Typically, it's from what he's read, your brother, they have to actually be in the running water.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, we just toss them over, man. It's as simple as that. Would you guys agree that we should advance? Seems like they want to talk.
Do they realize that we're there? Like, is it obvious that they've seen us?
As soon as you arrived at the bridge, he stood up and faced you, folding his arms.
Okay, so there's no time to get in a disguise.
Puts his mask on, puts it over. Hello!
Puts on a
We're
straw mask.
Vistani travelers!
Does he carry a weapon that we can see from this far out? Or
you can't tell from where you're at.
Okay.
You're talking hundreds and hundreds of feet.
Everyone in the chat is saying to drop a J down. Give them grids.
I mean, we really only got one option, right? We just advance.
I'm looking at
much.
Kessler
There's
and
never only one option in D&D.
I mean, we could make a boat and sail across the river, or like we could.
I'm looking at Ketham and Judas to see what they do because they're at the front.
So with your current marching order, you guys can cross just fine that way. It's a fairly large bridge. You could put 2 riding horses abreast crossing.
I'm gonna just kind of turn around and just be Does everyone else see that giant black carriage right out in front of us?
What are you talking? I don't see anything.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yes, we definitely see that.
Fucking with you. Of course we see it.
Oh. Are we just gonna march right into it, or do we want to possibly find an alternative route?
At this point, it's too late in the day to turn around.
I don't think there's a way to get around it, but hear me out. Sometimes it's good to stick together. Other times it's good to be tied together. It might be good to... how long is that rope of climbing?
Oh.
What are you getting at with the rope?
60 feet. Gods, what is he thinking?
Whoever is going to be in the back, hold on to it. Just trust me.
If you're gonna make another joke about wrapping that thing around my neck, sitting the proper time.
How about this? I will go back. I will go back.
How about you tell us the plan before we just leap into something here?
I believe I have a way for us to get out of the situation in case it goes south and we don't want to fight him. Especially if that is Strahd.
And what is that plan?
I have ways of hiding people. But no one will be able to see but me.
You need to explain yourself, Judas. I'd rather know before we get into combat here.
You might very well be the most vague person I've ever met.
I don't like showing my hand, pun intended.
We're your allies in this, Judas.
I will be able to cast a specific spell if I get scared enough, if I think it's Strahd, that basically will poof. A cloud of dark, really dark. I mean, not like normal nighttime, but like no one can see through it, but I can.
He's going to cast darkness.
Yes, I'll cast darkness.
Thank you.
I'm trying to stay in character, goddammit.
Your character knows what the spell is. He can say it too.
I like what you're doing. That's fine.
In flavor, he doesn't actually understand it. It's only happened to him one other time.
I swear, this doesn't happen often. I'm sorry, miss.
It's just, but anyway.
So we have some sort of way of getting past them if this comes to conflict. But what's our plan in the moment right now? Are we to march across, show a force?
Yes. If worst comes to worst, I will use the command word for the rope. Whoever is in front, I will get it to you. Everyone grab the rope. I will cast darkness. Then we make beeline and he can't see.
Okay, hear me out. What if we light an arrow on fire and I launch it towards the carriage to set it on fire, no?
Okay, alright, new plan.
Maybe we don't start by swinging at them. They might just want to talk, potentially.
Exactly, that is why I'm saying, just like, let me stay in the back and we... Plan B.
Before we do anything, do we see any other trails nearby, or is this just a straight trail straight to the bridge? Any other potential route that we might be able to spot?
The river below you is roaring, there's no way to tell how deep it is, and you have your map.
I'm gonna like subtly
Nothing's stopping you from looking, but...
Well, that's what I'm asking. Do we see anything else, potentially? Just in our general area?
In this general area, you do not see anything.
Okay.
And on the map,
Any other crossings?
both trails lead to this bridge.
We're not all the way up here, though. We're not all the way at the Silver Falls.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you are.
Oh,
Okay.
shit, okay.
Forgot the movie token.
That's a really uneventful trip all the way over there. Alright.
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
I kind of
I'm not
covered that by
complaining.
saying it's a pretty safe route that you guys decided to take instead of going through the woods.
I suggest
Oh,
we
it does say
move
Silver
up.
Falls. I didn't see that on the...
I suggest we move up there and confront him. That's the best we can do. There's no other trails, no other outlets, so... I hear a dog. You guys hear that? It's a fucking dog here. It's fucking Sephaxis. He's back.
Oh boy, Sophexis. My little boy.
And Judas, I might have to poke a hole in your plans here, but that carriage is taking up almost the whole bridge, so it's gonna be tough for us to get our horses and our cars.
It's on the bridge. I thought it was on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, I think they're on
On
the other side.
of the bridge.
They're not in the middle of it. They're so do we see room to get past them if we make a break for it and they're trying
Yeah,
to
it's
stop
kind
us?
of off to the side. The carriage itself is, and he's standing like in the road, waiting.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Starting to tap
not
his
poke
foot.
holes.
As everybody's
yeah, like,
discussing,
come on.
as everybody's discussing the plan, I'm wrapping cloth around an arrow, and I'm just gonna kind of look around and be like, "So is the fire arrow off the table?"
Yes, put the fire away.
You're such a good archer that you remember that if by lighting that on fire and then shooting it, the fire is going to immediately go out.
Damn.
You do not have fire arrows. There's a specific thing for that.
Interesting.
I say we just head on across. I'll step up front.
I'll stay with you.
If they don't have their weapons drawn, we don't draw ours. Let's not try to make an aggressive posture if possible. What do you all say?
Agreed. Yes.
And
I'll give you guys a chance if you're trying to something spooks you and you want to do something. Tell me. I'll just let me know when you guys are coming across.
I have my weapons at the ready, but they're not drawn. You know what I mean? Like I'm ready for a fight, but
we're changing our marching order. Like, how exactly do we want it to look?
it'll be, I say, Kalain and cut them up front.
and someone just leading the horse with the cart with the arena in it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And
wait, is
You
Dallin
want to
not
have
up front?
arena
Dallin, sorry, Dallin,
laying down?
Dallin and Kalain up front. My bad.
And then I'll be in the back with what's your face.
John,
Arena.
can you
Yeah,
big
yes,
Dan?
yes.
And
Thank you.
Judas, I am going to send you the rope of climbing. And do you know what the word is?
Execute.
Okay. Yes, that's right.
You just told them that.
This is probably like a
Okay.
merchant, and we're like planning for the death of us or something.
Hello, friends. Would you like to buy carriage? I sell
Oh, you
them
were on
all
it,
over
John.
the
Thank
road.
you.
No, Inkton just.
As you approach, the figure pulls back his hood. This tall, pale-skinned figure looks at you with cold, dead eyes. He wears exquisite leather armor and a thin smirk upon his face. Pointed ears reveal an elven heritage, and across his forehead is a deep scar. At his waist, he has two look to be elven and make swords. Seems some slots for darts and a dagger. He calls out to you. Come forth. I mean you no harm. My master sends parley.
All right.
We approach.
Darkness. No, just kidding.
He just immediately, that's my trigger word. As you approach and get closer, we'll say within 30 feet, he lobs a sack towards your feet, and it lands with a squishy, disgusting noise. My master was very displeased to hear of your sister. He was further displeased with his servants making plans and decisions of their own. I hope this will suffice as an apology.
I will get off my horse to go see what it is.
He patiently waits, not shifting his weight, not reaching for anything, but just calmly standing still. And reaching down in this sack, it's open, it's not tied, and easily you open it and you see a familiar face, and it is of Callista, and it is her head in a bag.
Oh,
Mm.
no shit. Okay. I'm trying to think of what to respond with that.
Yeah, this threw me for a loop. I guess I'll start back at him, nod my head.
They'll kind of come up and
And-
go look at the bag and just be like, "Oh, what is this?" And kind of walk away a few paces.
I guess grab the head by the hair and take it back with me.
You're
By
taking
the
it?
hair.
She was bald, dude.
Can't just keep it in the bag.
Good God, man. Take the back.
Yeah, what are you taking that for?
I forgot about that, to be honest.
Kind of looks around your group, and then seeing Irina in the back, he says, "The benevolence of Strahd von Zarovich is well known, my dear Irina. Please, won't you accompany me back to the castle of your own safety? These 5 men," and he almost kind of struggles to say this word, "and elves, although mighty, cannot protect you from the evils that roam this land. My master worries for you, Irina. Please, come with me." And in the back, you hear Irina yell, "I will not! Tell your master I wish to be left alone. I want nothing to do with him."
I believe your master is the evil of this world. Is he not?
Well, that's all subjective, depending on what side you are on, isn't it?
I don't debate with morons, sir.
Ugh.
My, you're as quick as a glacier, aren't you?
That's pretty good.
I wish to speak to, what is it? Which of you are Dallin and Kalain?
I'll step forward. I'm like off my horse and step forward and show myself, I guess. I'm Dallin.
I'm putting the head in the bag, so I should have used the bag earlier. I'm Kalain.
I wish to speak words with you in private. It's in regards of your sister.
Glance at Dallin, see what he's thinking. Yeah, do one of those.
Yeah, I'm doing one to you too.
And I just do like a little head.
Noticing your hesitance, he says, "I assure you, my master is a man of his word. I did not come here for a fight."
Where
Just
would we
one.
be speaking to you in private then? Just
Just
here?
over here. He kind of away from the group. He gestures. "Please."
I'll look at the group, look at Kalain, and I'll kind of give a little nod and kind of look at the group and make sure they're all cool with it. And we're gonna step away.
Yeah, Bale, please hold this real quick.
Just wave at us, Ketham.
Yeah.
The fucking head. He starts throwing up.
I'm gonna lean over to Ketham and be like, "Hey, keep an eye out around. We don't know if this is really a trap or not."
We're on a
You have sharp
bridge
eyes.
in the middle of a river. If they wanted to ambush us, there's nothing we could do about it.
I'd like to know that I'm going to die.
I'll respond to him. Kalain, you're good with it. Yeah, you kind of give a nod back, right? Well, before we have any parley with you, I know your name.
My name, I am referred to as Rahadin.
Rahadin?
Thank you, Kalain, for spelling that. I had
Did
you
I do
select.
that? Oh, okay.
No, I had you selected when I typed it.
Rahadin, I will take you at your word for now. I have no reason to distrust you. I kind of wary, as kind of saying that a little wary, I guess, a little cautious. And I'll nod to the group and start walking over to where he gestured. I trust that this will not come to blows.
There is no need.
Yeah,
You guys walk off
over
to the side a bit, just you three. He kind of looks over at the other group, and everybody's kind of fidgeting a little bit. Judas looking a little paranoid, tapping Ketham, telling him to keep an eye out, not realizing by doing that it prevents him from keeping an eye out. My master has reburied your sister's remains, under careful repose should you wish to come gather her. However, it is under the condition that you bring Irina. Lesser beings might call it a fair trade, but it is a despicable thing to say, as if we were dealing in cattle. You do not have to answer this now, but my master's patience does have a limit. Do not keep him waiting. That is all I came to say.
Well,
if
what
you
you
had something,
say?
go ahead.
mine's pretty aggressive, so if you want to...
Mine was going to be a little bit more calm.
Okay.
Maybe start with the calm.
Yeah.
Good cop, bad cop.
I mean, honestly, sometimes when it's us two, yeah. I'll respond and say, why would he offer such terms to us? Why offer our sister's remains? Irina's been here the whole time. She's made it very clear that she does not want to join with Strahd. So why bring this offer to us? Why now?
It is my master's wishes. I bring his word, not his understanding.
Fair enough. I'll look to Kalain.
You said your master's patience is wearing thin?
It can. It has its limits.
Well, I think your master's patience can go suck a dick.
Those are fucking tempting fate. My God.
Jesus Christ.
This is a formal parley. I am a loyal servant of Strahd. One more word of him, I'll have you yumping off this fucking bridge to your death.
Well, don't want to test that, do we?
Rahadan, sorry. Rahadan. How did she die? Do you know?
Not by my master's will. That is all I know. Most likely creatures of the wood, Vistani bandits, revenants. Those are all fairly common in these areas. It's not as safe as it once was.
Thinking right here.
Yeah, I'm also kind of thinking. I was trying to see if it was of his will or not, so that's... Because if it was, then Dallin was also about to get pissed.
I don't think he's telling the truth, but...
Make an insight check.
Yeah, I was
Oh!
going to say ask money for an insight check then. Oh, it was almost the same.
Is stone cold. With a 12, to you he is unreadable.
Okay. I'm still thinking, could use some tech thoughts.
Be careful with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to do
I'll
it.
let you think it over. He kind of walks back to the group, kind of eyeing everybody. His eyes kind of stop on you, Vale. He kind of stops and he stares for a moment. His seemingly permanent smirk flattens. There's something oddly familiar about this one. I'm also getting hints of barely noble.
Well, I mean, you are perceptive, I believe. I'm not sure how you find me familiar. I might have a doppelganger around these parts, it's true, but we've never met.
Hey, Rahadin, what do you got against elves? You got elven swords on?
And traitorous. But that's neither here nor there. Nor is it none of your business, nor is it any of your business.
That's fair. Just curious, that's all. Had a certain look about you when you stared at us.
I wouldn't take long on thinking of this. Strahd's known for his patience, but he will not wait long. I imagine a few days pass if you do not arrive. Then he will consider the offer off the table. He begins to make his way
Before
towards
he leaves, I was going to ask a question to him real quick.
He's walking towards carriage. What do you ask?
If we do decide to take you up on your offer, where would we meet?
Gates of Castle Ravenloft. Follow this road, and he kind of points.
And if we deny you this moment, what would your course of action be at that point?
What moment?
I don't think you heard anything that he was talking to us privately.
Oh.
Not that we're gonna hold that back from you.
I mean,
but...
he asked for Irina in earshot of me. I know that he's asking for her, and we can still deny her in that sense. I don't have
It
to
is
know
her
what he was saying to
decision.
you for that.
But eventually, patience will run thin. And he gets into his carriage. And with a quick lash from the drivers, or I'm sorry, he enters into the stagecoach, but turns. Oh, and one more thing. There was a mention of grave digging. I'm curious. What sort of treasures did you find amongst my kin?
As of the whole
Nothing.
group.
What'd y'all say?
Nothing.
Was that to the whole group or
Yes.
just to? Okay.
Yes. He's getting into his stagecoach. He turns and he addresses you all and says this.
Yeah, only other poor saps who stood up to Strahd and apparently displeased him. Nothing but dead bodies and remnants of old.
How quaint. You have yourselves a Vistani pet. My master sure is fond of his.
Yeah,
Oh,
who are you calling me
and-
Vistani pit?
Be careful out there now. One cannot be too careful in Barovia. And he gets in the stagecoach and slams the door shut. And with a quick lash from the driver's whip, the team picks up speed and dashes down the road at remarkable speed. Moments quickly pass, and he goes out of sight.
I think that guy insulted me.
I believe he did, yes. I was gonna fill the group in on what he told us immediately. I don't know about with Irina though, but I'll wait for Joel to get back.
Unless, wait, Austin, did you already reveal to the group? I thought you said something about that was also part of your like upbringing, right?
What, Vistani?
Yeah.
I think I revealed it with you. No, maybe
Okay.
everybody.
I don't remember anything about that.
I'm assuming it was directed at me because it was in response. Maybe he thinks I'm full Vistani. If only other people would believe that. Maybe it's because he knows that I lied to him, eh?
Kalain, while you went looking for that dog barking off in the woods to feed it, he rode off and asked what we found in the graves of the kin that we dug up. So we told him we found Strahd's journal is what we told him. No.
Now the entire army of bats and werewolves and shit
Everything's
pouring out.
yeah.
I even showed them how to open the book. It's pretty good.
Joel, I was just going to tell everyone, I probably maybe talk out of earshot of Irina. I don't know how she would react to hearing, hey, we'll give your dead sister's corpse for Irina. I mean, I don't have any intention of ever taking that offer. Sorry, Jenny's corpse.
Yeah,
But
neither does Kalain. Kalain's like, I mean, Irina's right here, alive and well. Jenny is a corpse at this point. So the good thing to do is to not give her up.
And be honest with her too. Like, I feel if you were never gonna take him up on that deal anyway, wouldn't you just be honest with everybody?
Fair. Yeah, I'll fill everyone in, including Irina. Say that he pretty much made an offer and that we don't intend to ever take that. But he did say time was short, so we should probably get to stepping to Vallaki. Because he might get pissed at us that we denied him after killing Callista and all that stuff too. Any loot on Callista's head? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, is there any essence coming out of her head?
Make a D100 check.
Oh, okay.
An adamantine ingot.
It just falls out of her mouth. There is an arcane essence that you can
Ooh.
salvage
There you
from
go.
her head.
Cool.
Nice.
What level?
It's the common sort.
Glad
From
you said something,
her,
Steven.
yeah,
So I was about
for-
to.
That's directly off the table from memory. Let me look just to make sure.
Now
Yeah,
I got
glad you-
2.
I'm glad you said something, Steven. So I was about to launch that thing into the river.
Just kicks it off off the bridge.
Tie it to your horse.
Yeah, like The Witcher. It's a trophy now. Yeah. I mean, Clayne, you agree, right? Just be fully honest with everyone about what they just offered
sure.
us. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
does
Yeah. So at this point, you've kind of gotten the picture with undead. They rarely have anything harvestable except in the odd rolls of like a 94. It's pretty rare to get anything off of them, even for somebody that is as powerful as she is. But you did find one off of her, and it is the regular variant, the common.
Does Irina have any reaction to us filling her in on what Rahadin just told us? And does she know who Rahadin is? I'll ask her that too.
She doesn't know who he is, and she is a bit remorseful in being such a tight spot that, you know, by not turning her over, you don't get your sister's corpse back. And she feels pretty terrible about that, even though she obviously would never go along with being turned over in the first place.
Don't feel bad about this, Irina. Our sister's gone. What's done is done. You're alive and well, and we made a promise to keep you safe, and we will see that promise fulfilled. Do you believe us now that Vallaki is a safe place for you? If Strahd is out for you this much?
I suppose if I meant to spend the rest of my life in a church, but let's just get going.
I don't think you'll be spending the rest of your life there. We'll find a way around this.
Anything else? You guys moving on?
Hey, Dallin, do you want to do anything with this head, or just toss it? Judas is ready to harvest it, whatever he has to harvest.
Meanwhile, as you're saying
Hey.
that, I'm like pulling something out of like
I-
Callista's nose.
I was wrong. It's uncommon.
Oh, it's uncommon. Fuck yeah. If only. Okay, let me.
I do have pretty cool shit I can do with an uncommon one.
Yeah, I don't have access to anything uncommon just yet. FYI.
I will put it in your. Did you already grab one?
No, I already had a common, so
I'll
I
put
just
it in there for you.
Well, give it to Jumps.
And it's okay.
That's fine.
It's
If you have more
uncommon
use for it right
arcane.
now.
Before I forget, I'll do
I'm
that right now.
forgetting about that with big bads and magic bads. That's something that we need to check
There you go.
for.
So what are you guys doing? Moving on?
Kick the head into the river and move on, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it into the river.
Okay. It kind of splashes into the river, and then you see it kind of dematerialize in running water.
Yeah.
Nice.
After watching it, like fall forever. Continuing down the path on your journey, it isn't long before you come up upon the thick, low-hanging fog that obscures your vision as you traverse these more mountainous regions.
Big splash panic.
Just before you get, it's just like a pretty hilly, mountainous area, but before you is even more mountainous. Like you can see kind of, even kind of bit through the fog, like peaks up ahead, and the road kind of heading that way. As you begin to make your way further up this journey, about maybe another mile up the road, I need, who's up? You guys changing your order again, going back to the original one?
Yes.
So yeah.
Back to the original.
Okay. Do. Judas and Catherine, give me a perception check again. As you're making your way cloppity clop up this trail.
I accidentally cast darkness.
Jeez.
You guys are blind as shit. You don't hear or see anything.
Yeah, Juice, that flat zero, you're riding in the back next time. I'm taking front.
Flat zero?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
do, and I yeah. I
As
kind of
you
just realized
fail
that
it-
through all Bony Dragon's eyes, I've got advantage on anything perception, sight, sound, smell. So
Oh,
And you do
should
know
probably be
with
upfront.
him, you can make him disappear and reappear at will, right? So you don't have to
Yep.
actually hide him. Okay. So what you did miss was a whiff of tobacco smoke and sound of laughter. As you round this bend, you see two men kind of huddled around this campfire. As you kind of come around the corner, they both look over to you and immediately jump up. One of them kind of reaches, grabs his sword, and who are you?
Hello,
Some
I'm
travelers.
Catherine Bakewood.
Please, you gave me a right start. What are you doing in these parts? No one travels these roads anymore.
I'm looking for a guy with a top hat. No, I'm just kidding.
Vasily, put the blade down. Vasily, put the blade down. Friends, sorry, he's a little skittish. We've been out looking around for the last couple of days. He's a little weary, a little tired. You by chance haven't seen a 7-year-old girl running around here, have you?
I don't believe we have. No.
I didn't think you would. We're too far, Vasily. This is pointless.
You seek someone?
What's that?
Who is this that you seek?
Our caravan boss, his daughter went missing two days ago. We check around the immediate areas, no, nothing. We've kind of expanded our reach. This is as far as we go, Vasily. She's no way 7-year-old made it this far.
Where are you gentlemen from?
We're Vistani. We're a camp south of Vallaki. It's not far from Vallaki itself, east side encampment.
Well,
You-
this is quite far. Where did you think that you lost this little girl?
We don't know. 2 nights ago, we were all drinking in the camp, and next morning she was gone. We've checked around Vallaki, we checked the lake, we checked woods, we come check mountains, see if she made it this far. Everybody's out looking for her.
It sounds a little weird. Can you show? Oh, hold on. Fuck. I'm trying to like suss out if he's like this seems kind of odd because they seem surprised that there was anybody on the road, right? But we know that the carriage went by here.
No carriage came up this road.
What do I feel off this guy? Like, do I like I don't know, this just seems weird. Two guys just chilling on the road and armed.
Well, they're dressed like Vistani.
That's
The
even more
familiar
suspect.
clothing that you've seen. There's a very crude fire, very like a couple of twigs. They haven't been here long. Should you kind of looking at the fire, you see them kind of heating up, possibly tea or some sort of beverage. There's no packs, there's no horses, just kind of little backpacks at their feet.
Uh,
Are you asking them?
ask-
Or?
Yeah. What is her name? If you're in such a rush to find her, seems kind of weird midday
Yes.
you're camping.
Her name is Erbel. Thank you, Colleen.
I got you.
Do these guys seem honest? As far as I can
Go
tell
ahead,
from
make
any
an
of
in-
the
I know you're fishing for an insight check. I don't know how you're just
Maybe.
gonna tell, but yeah.
Well, like,
Go ahead.
do they seem like they're in earnest that they actually were like concerned about looking for somebody, or are they like putting on a show of
Make
like
an insight
like
check.
like are they bandits on the road? We literally heard something about Vistani bandits, so that's kind of in my head.
What's the terrain around us look like while he's rolling that? Are we in a valley,
Oh,
up
wait,
on a high
Very
road?
I'm sorry.
mountainous. I'll
Hold
bring you all
on.
here.
Also, I get advantage as well on insight. So I'm gonna roll one more time.
Them being startled is definitely genuine. You don't really can't. I mean, it's not a lie detector. Your insight is that they were startled, and that there was no hesitation before he said a name. There's no hesitation in him telling you why they were there. The weapons that they do have are, not incredibly great. They're small short swords and a dagger.
Okay.
They don't have any tools. A backpack that, probably has rations and maybe a blanket in it. Maybe some cooking utensils hanging off the side of it.
Okay, but nothing that screamed. They're not like wearing armor. They're not.
No armor.
Like that. Okay.
Why would we wear armor? Vistani are safe and broad.
Yeah, maybe safe from yourselves, but there's a lot of wild animals around. You never know. Just
We can
it
handle
seems awfully
ourselves.
this far out as your friend was talking about. This seems a quite dangerous country.
We are looking everywhere for her. The entire encampment is out. We just follow the road as far as we can go. To the bridge, we can go no further.
What does this little girl look like? Just in case we do run across her on the road.
Oh, where is that description at?
They mentioned 7 years old, so some young girl, obviously, but like hair, anything like that.
Yeah, I have that one set.
But yeah, no, that wasn't just a fish for an insight sort of thing. That was just purely because of that other comment from what's his name?
Rahadin.
Rahadin.
Give me one sec. I do have a description. It's just written elsewhere. He's not actually hesitating. It's just my fault.
You're waiting quite some time to give that description, friend.
She's kind of alabaster white skin, raven black hair. She's tough as nails too. Yeah, she bullies me. She's very mean.
So clearly she doesn't need door help, right?
I feel bad for the bastard that finds her. I'll tell you one thing. So what are you all doing here? What are you coming from the village?
We are. It's a long road to Vallaki, and we just want to make sure that we get there safe. Hopefully
We're going
within
to
the day.
Vallaki. We're going back to Vallaki. It's like I say, this is as far as we go. Why don't we travel together? Safety in numbers. For your sake, to be honest.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, the dangers in these mountains that we don't know of. Besides
Green
the
dangers.
usual.
And you will get lost for the cheap price of 60 gold. We'll guide you back. What? We're the Vistani. We do nothing for free.
I think it's easy enough for us to follow the road here, the trail. I don't think that we need to be paying for guidance. But we can keep an eye out for this Arabelle.
You'll get lost in the switchbacks, my friend. Those trails go everywhere, all over the mountain. You could waste a lot of time, maybe run into something unsavory. But don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself.
I am actually asking for an insight check on this because I'm trying to see if he's trying to, underhanded scheme us a little bit,
Make an insight check.
And sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Austin. Like, I don't know if these roads are actually switchbacks getting lost and everything. I have a map that shows a path, so...
He seems like he's telling the truth. Best you can tell. It's not really... having not been through there and not being able to see very well, it's hard to tell.
I have a counter proposal. We don't require your swords exactly, but we could use some guidance. Without use of your swords, could you do maybe 30 gold?
Or 0, and we help them find the daughter.
That's what I was
Or
thinking.
Yeah,
they pay
Austin also said
us.
something.
Or they pay us and we guard them.
Or
What part of we're safe here. Vistani are untouchable in Barovia. For the most
Are
part.
you?
As long as we don't do anything poorly, we get left alone. So we skulk here, we skulk there. We know where most everything is. There are a few things that are dangerous out there, but we know how to avoid them. We're out here a lot.
How
We
about
travel this road a lot.
Hunter, show him the totem.
And you can make a persuasion check, James. This is a nice piece of wood. Are you trying to sell it? I give you
Yeah,
5 or 6 copper pieces.
they're not Gakis or Gakis.
I know, but like you could tell. Well,
you're talking.
Are these considered poorer folk?
Vistani?
Yeah.
They're caravan folk, so I wouldn't say they're wealthy.
We're not paying them any money, Jones. Don't pay them $30.
Just wait a second. Have some patience. I'm working an angle here.
I feel like we're working 4 different angles here.
Technically, with my background, if they are of lesser class, I have advantage in a check like this.
Make an advantage.
oh wow!
Great, wonderful.
14.
You make good point. I wouldn't say 30 gold, but we cut down to 45 gold.
And
It was-
if well, it's all said and good, yes, but
Your friend
if
is
we come
stuttering a
acro-
lot.
if we
I
come
feel
acro-
afraid for him.
if we come across your missing daughter, and you do require our help at that point, we'll just call it a friendly wager and waive the gold. Upon arrival, nothing eventful. 45 gold potentially, yes. It's possible, but
Friend, if you find Arabelle, Lavash will pay you handsomely. You need not worry about our charge.
Amen.
see, that seems fair.
That's what I was trying to get to. Then everyone else was jumping in. I was like, let us help him with the daughter.
Well, we only got a couple days.
What do you say?
I mean,
45 gold, yes?
we're not going to wander the woods, I don't think. Just follow the
Yeah,
trail
how about we pay you whenever you actually bring us to
Ziri, we're
Vallaki?
wasting our time. Let's just get out of here. They just bargain back
They
and forth all
just
day.
agreed to being
I
paid
think
when we
we're
get
just
there.
going to leave
Did they?
now. This is
Okay.
not worth our
Okay.
time.
I was trying to no. I was just trying to write down a couple of things. Sorry, I missed that.
45 gold, or do you go on yourself? Visibly annoyed.
I was going to ask more about the daughter. I'll let you guys run
We
with
can do that as we walk. We can do that as we walk with them.
I feel like we need to strike a deal here, boys.
Yeah, I'm cool with what Bale said.
Excellent. I'm glad we could meet in accord. Who will be paying? It is money up front, of course.
That is part of what I guess. Yeah, persuasion check failed. Never mind.
I barely have any money right now. I have 14 gold to my name.
How about how about this? I understand that you want your payment, and we will get it to you.
Okay, we're gone. They
How
start
about we
walking
give
up
you
the
50?
path.
We give you 15 now, and then 30 when we get there.
They're leaving. They're going towards the bridge to continue.
We
looking.
missed the persuasion check, so there's no way of persuading these
Yeah,
guys to do
that's
anything else but
you're
45.
beating a dead horse, man.
They're leaving.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to find my gold.
I was trying to pay for it, but
Okay. So the second they see gold start coming out of pockets, they stop.
I'll do 15.
I can do 15.
I will do the other 15.
Perfect. Glad we can make a deal. Finally. Vasily. Let's go. They start kind of gathering up their stuff. He pours whatever they were boiling into like a skin a bit, and kind of like shakes it around a little bit, trying to cool it. A little bit splashes on his hand. Yeah. Moving on. Even here in the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable, it seems. Ahead, the dirt road splits into two widening roads. Okay, yeah. There you see the patches in the two widening roads toward the east. There you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. A road sign identifies the right road as Ravenloft, and the left road as Vallaki. And just below Vallaki, just below the sign Vallaki, some other words or place was etched into the wood. It's tough to make out as something or someone has attempted to scratch it off. Beyond that, atop a hill between the Y of the roads, you spot a very large mound of moved dirt, with many individual graves dug around it. All through this dirt, you see spears and pitchforks darted all over the landscape. And this is at that crossroad, just in between both the roads. Darted all throughout the landscape, lying flat, sticking straight up into the air. This is after kind of walking for a little while. I didn't do that transition very well. Sorry about that. And as you guys kind of come up to this, and seeing that your interest kind of peaks, you guys look at it, wondering what it is. The other guy's name was Yosef, by the way. Yosef and Vasily. Yosef explains that these are the corpses and remains of those who rose up against Strahd, and it was an absolute massacre. Strahd had forbidden anyone from retrieving their loved ones, so here they remained, in a mass grave. Getting a closer look, that mound of dirt is actually a mound of burnt corpses, long since left and picked at by various carrion birds. Several of the crudely made graves lie empty, never having been used. Some are open, appearing to have been dug up. A few of them look to be dug out from inside. No graveyard or cemetery, but a landfill of the dead, numbering in the hundreds.
Is there a tree? Giant tree, ancient tree growing amongst them?
There are trees everywhere, but they are not that tree.
Okay. Set amongst a pile of dead, so ancient dead.
As you guys, imagine you're not going the Ravenloft unless you want to go turn Irina in. Which way are you guys going to continue on? Okay, we're moving on.
Psych.
Yosef gives some sort of kind of instruction to Vasily up ahead while they're kind of like guiding you guys through. He obediently nods and runs ahead of the party. Yosef turns. Friends, we're getting into fairly dangerous territory. For you, not for us. Vasily will run ahead and signal if anything lies in wait. Easier to spot and ambush a party than it is a single Vistani, yes? You understand. But do remain close. It gets a lot foggier in these areas.
While we're walking, can I ask some questions about the daughter? And
Yes.
maybe have said this happened before we got to the sketchy area, potentially?
What available? What do you need to know?
I was just going to ask a few, just try to gather some information about her and the situation of her missing. You said you've been searching for days. About how long has she been missing?
2 days.
Just 2 days now. Would there be anyone that could have been out for her, or the caravan master, to hurt him in any way?
Well, the people of Vallaki don't like Vistani. We're actually not even allowed in the town. But they allow us to camp outside the town, a good distance away. But they have no reason to harm a little girl. Much less reason for Lord Strahd to... I guess it could be Lord Strahd. I don't see why. He leaves us alone.
Any Sorry, go ahead.
I guess you're new to these lands, yes? You didn't grow up in the village?
No, did not.
Well, I guess I should elaborate a little bit more. So more in earnest. You see, long ago, when Strahd was still alive, he was mortally wounded in combat. The very combat he sought to conquer this place. It was the Vistani who saved him. They patched him up, saved his life, and ever since then, he's left us to our own. He allows us to leave and come back as we wish. My camp, specifically, we go out the west gate. You seemingly coming this way, you came in from the east gate, yes?
Seems to be that way from what I know, yes. Anything else that you could tell us of Arabelle? I'd like to help if at all possible.
Her name and description. She loved the lake. We checked the lake high and low, and we could not find her. She's a big proponent of swimming.
Lake Zarovich?
Yes, that's the one.
Where did you last see her?
In the camp.
Which was south of Vallaki, yes. Just outside the walls.
That's right.
Okay, I appreciate that. We'll do what we can to assist with you guiding us through these mountains like this.
Yes, of course. Well, you're paying me, so that I think I should thank you.
Sure.
Shall we get on with it?
Oh yeah, that's all I had to ask. I was just gonna try and glean more info.
And you're sure there was no large black carriage, scary horses, weird man, nothing?
No, nothing came up the road except for you.
It seems kind of weird. I mean, it was the big one. It was Lord Strahd's carriage. There's no way that you may have, fallen asleep or
It's the middle of
or
the day.
off the road.
This guy does a lot of talking.
Yes, he does.
Just asking questions. It just doesn't make any sense. A girl that is known for swimming is up here in the mountains.
Some time passes as you travel down the road, or up the road, between winding paths. A series of switchbacks with a stone stair that's cut up the middle. Yosef mutters a mild complaint about horses and wagons, making the journey longer, as you can't just go up the stair. A bird call comes out from ahead, and Vasily a moment later comes down the path. Yosef, the road is clear all the way up to the gates. We can stay at old Marshall's cabin for the night. We'll be safe there, but there's a lot of... He kind of leans in and whistles, or whispers into his ear.
Whistles in his ear.
Oh. Yeah. Dead wolves. How many? Kind of looks at you guys about 11 or 12.
11 or 12 dead wolves?
Dead wolves. They're lying, bleeding, freshly killed on the road.
Interesting.
Could be hunters from Vallaki. That's the primary targets are usually the wolves. We should be okay if it's just Vallaki and hunters. The two guides lead you up the switchbacks to completion and over a hill. Cresting the hill, you see familiar gates. A second set near identical to the ones you saw when you came to this land. Well, kind of. The image isn't that great. I used an AI. I could not get it to work.
He's just jealous.
He's just a sad boy.
And the gates are actually open. The portcullis is rusted and has been breached from the outside, and it's laying next to the road. There are no statues, though. The two lead you past the gates and into the woods a fair bit. There is a slight path that goes off the main road. They assure you that this is where there is a cabin that you can stay at, because it is getting close to almost nighttime. Well, it's actually fall. So it is actually really dark out at this
Yeah, I
point.
was gonna say we've been going for a while since midday.
Yeah, so it's actually fairly dark. You guys come up to like this old wooden cabin. Old Marshal always claimed the bones of some kind of saint were buried beneath this cabin, protecting it from the villains of the wood. An old tale. But we'll be safe here for the night. We Vistani stay here often as we make our way from the bridge back to camp.
Sorry, what did he say? Bones of who?
Some saint. I don't know. It's just a children's tale. He said that it made the cabin safe. He's long since passed. He's kind of
Just like that, huh?
these, like the bird. Oh
That's
man,
so
another
weird.
avoidance of a ton of stuff. You guys get another 200 XP.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Yeah, you know,
By-
making poor decisions gets you into a lot of poor situations that does yield XP, so why wouldn't I give you XP for making good decisions?
By following them, it was a good decision.
It's an
Or-
accumulation of your journey thus far.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, at this point, the night does begin to come in. You get into this house inside, or into this cabin inside. Like the bed frame's completely broken. There's rubble on the inside. Part of the roof's caved in. And immediately, the two Vistani begin to put like these blankets down on the ground. One of them kind of puts a couple of tinder blocks into like this round circular fire, crude fire. They don't not even a stove in this place, and he begins to stoke it, get it going. We stay here for the night, make the rest of the way to Vallaki tomorrow.
Where were those dead wolves that you saw? Were they nearby, further down the road? Did we already pass them? Was that not mentioned, or did I miss that?
They are further down the road from where we turned off. Past the gates.
Okay, okay.
We didn't go through the gates, right?
I don't think we did. Right?
You went through into the woods and then...
And then just off.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. You said you thought hunters killed them. What kind of wounds did these wolves had? Just in case we need to keep an eye out for something tonight.
No, I didn't get close enough for that, friend. I saw 10 or 12 dead wolves. I'm not going anywhere near them.
Are they right along the path? Because
Yes,
we're going to
right
be walking
along the
past
path.
them.
Well, then you can check tomorrow. Kind of laughs.
Are they within 100 feet of this place?
No. A good ways away. Maybe 10 minutes.
Hey, can we take like a 5-minute break? Wife
Yeah.
just got home.
5-minute break. 7:30. We can do that.
Cool.
You guys can do your long rest actions or
Mhm.
whatever. Whatever you try to do. Give me a... If you guys are taking watch and all that.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back.
Uh,
BRB stream. I'll be back, chat. Steven, the hair is still throwing me off, man.
right? It's so weird.
I hope you don't think I'm actually being frustrated with you. That's them being frustrated. You didn't do
No,
anything.
no, no, no. I know what you're. I can. Yeah. It's how to put it. It's literally because of that. Otherwise, like, if it wasn't for like, oh no, like, there's a chance I can't trust some of these people. Kind of like just leaning into that.
No, that's fine. I mean, like the persuade, like trying to get them, like, oh, we'll give you 15 gold now, but then that's what they were flat out saying no because somebody already kind of tried to persuade them and they had already agreed. So
Right,
at that
right.
point, they're getting frustrated because you're, what's that term called? Or you make a deal and then you try to change it. Can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I can't remember. No, what? Like, even just like I wasn't like fishing for it, but like, okay, literally a guy right up the road was just like, hey, there's Vistani bandits, and then there's 2 guys up on the road claim, oh, we didn't see a carriage, and give us money, and I'm like, I don't know, something just
Oh yeah,
doesn't pass the sniff test there.
Het said it. Negotiating in bad faith.
Yeah. I don't actually see their comments or anything. I don't know if I want to.
Oh, he just messaged that to me.
Oh, okay.
I always go in at the end of like his Twitch stream after the fact just to see what everybody was writing. It's usually pretty funny. It's really out of context. You got to go to like that spot in the video because you're like, what the fuck's he talking about? And you click and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Kitten and now the kitten has arrived. If you hadn't seen.
Kitty.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, this book has so many notes. This has like notes from back when I was in the army, man. Crazy.
In one book, you must not take many notes.
No, this was the last phase book I had, and I got out of the army before the phase finished. That's where we take the helicopter apart, put it back together again.
Wow.
So I have like all like the log of all the work that we did, like the paper log, which obviously we do electronic, but this is so that I have it.
Didn't make sure like you turned that over or something?
Not like a secret clearance or anything. It's just, hey, I removed this bolt and this nut.
No, not in that case. In that way, it's just like, yeah, it's like a pass down journal. You know what I mean?
There you go, Heads. Hopefully the chair was out of the way. I didn't see your message.
Maintenance.
Gotcha.
Maintenance tracker. I also have notes in here for Hearts of Iron. That's how much of a nerd I am.
Good.
Build civs until 1937, then switch to mill. Then build synthetic factories from November 37 to March 37. I wonder when I wrote that.
I remember back in my DayZ days, I'd have a notebook of just like enemies and friendly bases, like their grids and everything. Jake just started watching, by the way, Steven. He said, "Who is this blonde beach hunk?"
Blonde beach hunk.
It's not fake. It's not fake, Jake. He actually dyed his hair, by the way. I thought it was a wig at first. He actually did it.
Yeah. He's ready to beat you off.
Gonna beat you off.
I beach. That's what I do.
Oh, and we have horses. This is perfect.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's the one piece that I don't have yet. Is actually the
abs.
Here's your abs right here.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Can't deny it.
Hey man, abs are made in the kitchen, but the kitchen doesn't make abs right now.
The kitchen's closed. So then coming into the night, if you guys are doing a watch, give me a watch order. Pretty standard 4 watches. You guys have your camp actions. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way and burn a ration. And it'll be 2 silver pieces to each of you for maintenance.
Before I go to sleep, can I do like the insight check on my whatchamacallit?
Go ahead.
I only have gold. Can I just burn 1 gold and no one touches silver? Just because I don't have any silver to break down right now for maintenance. Is that okay? And I'll just cover everyone's, or is that meant to be spread out?
Oh, I mean, you can break it down now. Like I know, like if you want to, like for things like this, it's just kind of passive.
Yeah, you let us do it last time, so I just did it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to continue using my jeweler's tools on this little task I've got going.
Let's get the watch order first. Who's first, second, third, fourth?
I can watch first and fourth.
I'll take. Go ahead. I'll take whatever you're not. I'm not gonna full sleep or anything. I'm gonna actually properly take a watch tonight. I almost don't trust these guys. I'm kind of with Steven on that a little bit, but at the same time, I mean, we're still in sketchy area, so.
Who's second and third? Sorry.
I'm second.
I'll take third. Dallin on third.
Dude, that's not trusting your own people. Racist.
I'm still thinking about.
It's not even. No, it's literally because like, oh, guess what, guys? We've got Vistani bandits, and then
Said
two
by a
guys on
guy
the road.
we don't really trust, though, who works for Strahd. Of course he would call the Vistani bandits, you know? That's just my thoughts.
All right,
Maybe.
so coming up into,
Good point.
go ahead and do your camp actions. If you're during first watch, you guys are doing your crafting.
Yeah.
Can I use
Judas, you either do a watch or you craft. You can't do both.
Oh, then I'll do a craft. Sorry, so I'll give up my second watch.
Okay, so no one's watching during second watch right now.
Sorry, before we do watches, can I do something on Kevin? Detect magic to see if he's been struggling, so I want to see if there's anything I can detect on him that's magic. Just to try to give him more insight into how he's feeling.
You take your time, the 10 minutes to cast detect magic. Again, you see necrotic energy throughout the woods. You don't detect anything really in this house, and nothing off of Kethan.
No magical protective forces on the house like the old stories told. Or whatever it was with that. What was it? There was like an old man, old priest or something.
Bones of Saints.
Ah, okay.
So is anybody doing second watch or no?
I'll do second watch.
Okay.
I wanted a full rest bed. I'll do that.
Vale, it seems that succeeded, yes?
No.
What's the DC? What are you making?
16. The second one down on the ammunition chart.
Oh, okay. Jeez, not having a good attempts on that. Alright, so Judas, make your crafting attempt.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my tool. Oh yeah, it's in tools, isn't it? Well, wait, no, it's not. Where the hell is my
Just do a D20 plus. Where is your?
Yeah, I guess I didn't
D20
notice.
plus 2 plus 4.
D20 plus.
Because you're scribing, I assume, yes.
Yes.
So yeah, you can use your charisma for that. So plus 2 plus 4.
God damn it, Hets. You should know better by now.
And the DC for that?
14.
So it fails. You don't lose anything. You just don't complete it. We'll say that.
Okay.
Can we do some RP real quick? Me and Judas.
By all means.
Can I? What does inspiration give me?
You get
Plus
to
3?
roll a D20.
Can I? I'm gonna. I feel like I want to use that.
Do it,
Go
man,
ahead.
if you have it.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, we can always get more back.
Yeah.
Might as well use it while you have it.
Oh, Christ.
That things. Alright, Colleen.
Hey, Judas.
I was just trying to draw. What the hell?
Oh,
You look at this.
He's blaming it on Colleen.
don't blame me for your shit work. That was all you.
What is it?
You talk a lot.
I do. I
not
learned sometimes you have to talk a lot, and because the second you stop talking, maybe they run away from you.
That makes no sense. But okay. I wasn't gonna say it was a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes you need to lighten the mood, and the phase we're in, we need a lot of that. I don't mind all the talking you do.
I appreciate it. Also, truth be told, you live on the road long enough, and you've seen some of the darkness that some of us have seen. It's always good to have a light heart and a swift joke, and poking and prodding at each other. It makes time go by, and other times it makes the heart not hurt so bad.
That's very true. I've learned that through my time in the Monster Hunters Guild. Keep it lighthearted, throw a joke here and there. We're all companions now, so Hope that everything we say to each other is usually a bit in jest. Please don't take things too seriously. If I talk ill of you, I'm just making, as they say, a joke.
Are you telling me not to be snowflake?
No, you're perfectly fine as you are. Like I was saying, not a bad thing to talk a lot. I appreciate it.
Eh,
But speaking of the darkness in our pasts, what do you mean?
there was a time. Uh, my family and I, we all ran out of our home. Uh, some people aren't very welcoming of others, specifically of Vistani and vagrants and people who like to play magic tricks. Specifically, people who might be in contact with the dead or anything like that. Um Part of my family was regular people, as you would call it, regular. And they always resented my father specifically for marrying a Vistani woman.
Mm.
So much so that they always called all of their children, my late brother and the twins that came after me, the little demons.
Mm.
They eventually there was a conflict in our area in a great famine, and they seemed to blame us for all the hardships of the town. Because of that, they set fire to our home
Mm.
and drove us out. We thought we were finally safe somewhere. Sadly, they killed my brother in the in the ensuing struggle to save our own home. He was a brash young man, but he had his heart was in a good place. He hold on a second. I need to actually go back and review this. It's been a while.
Womp womp womp.
Yeah.
I'll jump in a little bit here. You're good. While you look.
No. I found it. I
Okay.
had it already written down. So basically, they just wanted them to give up our mother. They thought that her seances and communing with the dead was what was causing the plight upon the land. It wasn't. It was mostly just, magic tricks like, this and all cast like minor illusion of just like an old ghostly woman like behind me and just snap my fingers and it appears.
Oh fuck.
Instead of a
See,
ghostly
it's
woman that appears, it
Mhm.
is that of a corpse,
Okay. Yeah.
to your surprise.
Not exactly what I wanted, but
Yeah, I think you messed that one up a little bit.
it happens. But my older brother Peter,
Wait,
he was
can you make it
headstrong and he was
can you make it
bold.
go away?
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. And
Thanks.
just uh, he went out to try to reason with the mob and try to confront them and say on how dumb and superstitious they were being because what we were doing was nothing bad. We were just trying to make people a little more comfortable in a time of death. Sometimes people want to have a little bit of how would you put it,
Closure.
reassurances that their family members that they lost during the famine were in a better place. No. But the people of the town they didn't agree, and so they killed him outright and drove the rest of us into the countryside. So they chased us through the night, and they managed to find myself into an old barn, miles and miles from town. They found me, or at least found the barn. I heard them outside. I heard the door open, and I'm just kind of praying to any god that could hear me. Just please, I just don't want to be found. And in that moment, if you notice, I always try to talk to the ravens. It's because there was one raven. She flew in. She looked at me. And I realized that in my fear, I noticed that it was completely dark, but this raven could just see through it all.
Nothing. Jump sneezed.
Oh, sorry. The raven could see how absolutely scared I was, but I wasn't sure if she was hiding me in the shadow or if I did it myself. But she seemed to know that I was there, and before anything could be processed in my adolescent brain, I heard the voice of the raven in my own head. She said, "Make them fear us." So I screamed out in the tongue that my mother would use to do her seances in, which is some sort of abyssal.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I guess it is kind of a personal story. Sorry.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. He's Dorok. It's fine. And uh, hold on a second here. There's no like paragraphs whenever you're in the biography section of your thing, so it's pretty bad.
To put a pan over the fire with some tinfoil over it, and you start hearing. Pop, 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 pop.
Dallon's gonna wake up in the
Good
morning and
story.
ask about Judas's story.
Yeah.
You're gonna wake up. He's still gonna be telling it.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm just joking with you. Keep
And,
going.
as I screamed out and disrupted it, I noticed I could still see through everything in the torches and pitchforks of the villagers that were inside the barn had all seemingly gone out. And as I screamed, they ran in terror. And it was the one time in my life that I actually felt strong. I'm not sure if it was due to the raven, if she gave it to me, if the raven did it herself. But they just ran away in terror. The shadows melted away, and then also the raven just seemingly disappeared as mysteriously as she appeared. Found my family a day later, and we found sanctuary in my mother's old caravan that happened to be in the area. So I kind of lived on the road after that. It's not been a good life, but you know, you get by doing what you can, playing games, rolling dice, making up the rules after the dice is cast. Not that I ever did that to you guys, but always playing music or gambling usually gets me by. But it's been, not going to lie, it's been quite nice being in the presence of people who aren't asking too much of me or trying to get one over. So for that, I am appreciative, Gallian.
Of course. And I'm sorry to hear about your mother and your brother.
Oh, my mother's fine. She's
Oh.
somewhere in the caravan still.
They all just fine. Your father and the twin brothers. Everyone else is fine.
Everyone else is. Yes,
Good.
just my brother died. We were quite a good family.
I'm glad you have something to go back to. That's usually what keeps you going forward. Whatever the
Generally.
fuck this place is.
Yes, and to be completely honest, there is something that Madame Ava mentioned that I think is maybe something that I'm trying to look for. If you remember her talking about the Amber Temple.
No, but I don't remember much
No.
from that regardless.
Well, let's just say that there was one more time that I saw that, what I call my lady, is the raven. That she gave me a vision one day when I think I was passing by the barn again. And in it I saw this weird tower. And I was cloaked in smoke and shadow, and all I heard was "find me." And at that time, I actually was I had just gotten Boris, and I actually almost fell off him. He's didn't learn to catch me yet. I'm quite sloppy in the saddle. But he I don't know what's in that tower, what it holds, treasure, more power, maybe even where my goddess truly lives. But I made a vow that day, and I told my mother that I needed to find it. She seemed to understand and just gave me a dagger, and I pull out the dagger that I have on me and wish me well. Hopefully I can come back to her one day and tell her of this adventure.
I think you will. I'm sure you will. I've also never seen you use a dagger before. You probably aren't
It's-
very good at it, are you?
Every once in a while, I try not to get too close.
Just thank you for telling me more of your past. I feel like it's always a good thing to know where someone comes from, so we can know where they're going.
Clayne share all that with the group.
No, I said I'm asking in the morning. I'm gonna ask for his
Yeah, that's
backstory.
fine.
Thank you for sharing. I will reiterate what I said. You're fine as you are.
No. You must not tell anyone.
Oh,
No, you're fine.
I'm telling everyone.
He has to tell it for each person
Yes.
later. You have to redo all of that. The
I thought-
camera wasn't on.
Yeah. Right.
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna reiterate what I said, and you talk too much. I thought that's what you're about to say. I was like,
That would have
"Damn."
been good. That would have been good.
No, well done. That's good storytelling, man. Very
Yeah, I kind of paraphrased what I had, but
So
I can always post the full one later.
you guys all begin to bed down for your respective sleeping times and watch times. So Catherine, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check? Let's first watch. The two Vistani don't seem too bothered, and they go to sleep.
Hey, just by the way, I just found this out. My background, I get advantage when perceiving possible surprise attacks, ambushes, and traps. I also roll with advantage when investigating papers and other legible markings.
Oh,
I did not know that beforehand. So, would this be a time that I would roll with advantage, or no?
No.
It'd just
No,
be like
this
if
isn't-
we're on the trail and I'm like, hey, I wanna.
If you're on the trail and you're like, I think this doesn't look right, or if you start to think like it starts to look like an ambush and you're looking for it, then you would get advantage. But this is not
Okay.
that time.
who needs it with those rolls, baby?
Yeah.
Your watch goes unimpeded. You don't hear or see anything. The fog kind of obscures a lot of what you can see, but what you can see and hear through one of the many, like, kind of, all the windows are boarded up, I guess I should have described, but you can kind of open them from the inside, kind of like wooden barred windows. And you're kind of just like watching outside of one, listening. To which you go over and kick Clayne in the side, and Clayne, you take over watch and give me a perception check.
Perception check.
Does Judas do one since he's up crafting with disadvantage or something? Because he's awake at this time too for watch 2.
It was one or the other. Pretty sure. Does not say in there. You could do this during a watch, but you're distracted by your activities. Okay, so it's -5, or it's disadvantage. There's no point
Disadvantage.
for him to make it because Clayne already rolled a 22.
Clayne rolled an 8.
I rolled an 8.
Ketham rolled
Or
a 22.
Ketham, sorry.
Yeah.
So Clayne is second watch. Is anybody awake during that time?
Judas.
Judas was. That's when they were talking.
Yeah, that's our.
Judas is crafting though.
I mean, I'll do one with
So
the
you slept for
disadvantage.
2 hours, woke up, started crafting and having a conversation, and then you went to sleep for another 4 hours? That's not
Yes.
how that's going to work. You do crafting up front, and then you would sleep for 6.
Either way.
Oh, that.
Oh, yeah.
You've been asking which watch we take, so I thought you just can do that craft, but you're gonna have a bad.
But he he wouldn't. I mean, are you? So you're gonna sleep for 2 hours, wake up to craft, and then go back to sleep, not knowing Dallin was or
I
Kalane
was-
was gonna talk to you.
I was assuming this was kind of like how your watch, you're doing a craft action during your watch.
That's how
You
I
do
thought
the
it was
craft
too.
action up front,
Yeah.
and then you you sleep.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, Hunter and I both had the same.
Well, we've been doing it that way
interpretation.
this whole time. This is the first time you guys have tried to do it in the middle of the night. That's too gamey. That doesn't
Oh.
make any sense. I don't see why somebody would sleep for 2 hours, wake up and go, I'm gonna make a hammer, and then go back to sleep for 4 hours.
well, I thought it was like they're on watch, but they're bad at on watch because they're doing something like distracted with what they're doing. I thought
That's
that's
a good
what it
point.
was.
So you want
So
to
it's like they're on watch, but
Yeah.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm third
like
watch.
all
but-
right, I see your point. Yeah, you can go ahead and do a disadvantaged perception check. That's a good point.
Yeah.
if you want to do it like that going forward, yeah. I mean, it's your rules here, so that's just how I understood it. It's quiet. Too quiet.
Judas and Kalane. Through the fog, you see a bit of movement. A figure walks alone, with the stride and bearing of one who seemingly has no fear of the night. You see it clad in what looks to be rusty armor and clutches some sort of weapon in its hand. The figure is maybe 100 feet from you and has not noticed you or pays no mind to which you are not sure. And you miss a few details. And he's not walking toward you, he's kind of just out in the woods walking, and you can hear a clank, clank, clank each time it steps.
Better wake Ketham.
I was literally gonna be going, go wake Ketham.
An owl hooted, go get Kevin.
I'm just going to wake up Yosef, if he's still up.
Yeah. What do you want?
Well, we promised protection, and there's something out there.
I promise no protection. I promise to guide you. What's out there?
Take a look for yourself. Looks like
By the time he gets up and looks out the window, he doesn't see anything. Is this joke? Wake me up middle of the night. Very funny. You got it. Yeah, foreigners. Goes back to his bed.
that wasn't meant to be a joke. Guess I gotta learn what a joke is. Sorry.
I'm just a little bit offended that he fell asleep during my story. I thought it was quite riveting.
Yeah, I thought it was riveting as well.
I think this guy is an asshole. But don't tell him I said that.
I want to tell him.
You're whispering the wrong way, directly in his ear.
Well, there's a clanking rusty figure out in the woods. Quit dicking around.
He's not there anymore.
Yeah, he's not there anymore, Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just keep trying to look out the window. It's like multiple windows, or just one window, to see if I can find him.
Give me a perception check. And this, by the way, this is like in the middle of your 2-hour watch that this occurs.
Yeah.
Also, I realized money with the crafting. Oh wait, no, it is a 2-hour crafting time. When I do 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th level, it's a 4-hour. So
Okay.
that we'll have to deal with that a little bit different.
The rest of your watch goes unimpeded, to which you wake up with Dallin. Is anybody crafting during Dallin's time? Giving him
I
company.
think I was the only one up during the 3rd hour.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check, and I will assume that they inform you of what they saw.
Anything before I awake? Take watch here.
Let me tell you a story of my family.
And distracted by his story, I get a nat one. Jesus.
Mm. You do not see anything surprising, yes?
Not surprised with that that roll.
But even with a 1, you have basic hearing. You hear a clank, 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 clank. Because as you were looking out the window, you kind of blundered and knocked over like some old pot. And the footsteps begin coming toward you.
I know I was rolling stealth. Shit.
It's not. It's
No, I know. I'm just playing.
And from outside, you hear, declare the intentions, dost thou serve Strahd?
Do I see the figure, or am I only hearing this?
Looking through the window, see of what little of this figure's body that isn't armored, you see rotten flesh and bone. In its hands, its pale hands, you see a, in good condition, like longsword, covered in blood.
I know I rolled a nat 1 on that perception check, but do I see elven ears on this figure?
He has a helmet on.
Oh, full helm? Okay. About how far away before I respond?
He came up to, he's like come walking up to the cabin, about maybe like 15 feet, and
just pops up in the window. So he said, pretty much, what are you doing here, and do you serve Strahd? Pretty much is what he asked. Since he's so close and asking that, I'm not going to turn to wake anyone at the moment, but I'll say, we're just travelers passing through. No, we do not serve Strahd. Let's see what his reaction is.
You hear 2 footsteps get a little bit closer, and kind of staying for you and a bit easier to see is a foul-looking man, and it's like a rusted black chainmail on his chest. Mud is slathered up to his waist, whereas like above the waist it's mostly just like rusted and destroyed chainmail, but below that it's like completely caked in mud. His face is much the same. Flesh struggles to cling to the skull. You see a bit of it kind of hanging beneath the helm that covers its head. However, you see regular, like, alive-looking eyes staring at you through the helm. Somewhat glowing almost. Not like a bright laser beam or anything, but you can see his eyes like those cartoons, like where it's pitch black, but you can see everybody's eyeballs. You can see his eyes fairly well.
Okay.
And he once again, in a labored effort, speaks. Declare the intentions, dost thou serve Strahd?
My intentions are just to pass through safely. I do not serve Strahd, and never will.
The servants of Strahd are cunning in the face of their demise. Who do you serve?
Jesus.
Saruman.
I do not serve anyone other than my friends, family. I do not mean any harm here. Me and my friends just camping for the night, traveling to Vallaki. We escort someone to protect them from Strahd. That's a risk.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. That's a risk. Why
don't you just tell him our whole plan there, Hunter?
I don't know what this guy's about, man. He makes him sound like he's against Strahd, so...
He raises his sword.
Dallin's got an int of 8.
Swings it really fast and then stops. And all the blood kind of just slide like, just like a fing. All the blood just comes off. And he turns. Clank. 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 Begins walking back out into the woods. And out of sight.
Okay.
And the rest of the night goes unimpeded.
Okay. was that start of my rest or watch end of it? I mean, I know you said the rest of the night's unimpeded. I guess I'll just whoever was getting him next. I think it was Ketham. I'll obviously fill him in on what just happened. And I was alert as fuck the rest of the time I was awake.
He's a pretty terrifying looking individual.
Yeah.
Kind of bringing that rest to an end. You guys have anything else, or do you want to move on?
I'm gonna fill everyone in on what happened. Kind of talk to Kalain and Judas. I believe I found what that clanking was in the woods last night.
Oh yeah.
An undead individual passed by, blood-covered sword, mud-caked armor. Asked what our intentions were and if we served Strahd. I spoke truthfully to him. We traveled to Vallaki protecting someone from Strahd. And he went about his business. We need to be careful.
You saw one of those revenants.
A revenant, you say?
Yes, they're pretty common in these part of the woods here and directly west of Vallaki. They served some ancient order, and they constantly hunt the minions of Strahd. I had my suspicions that perhaps that is the real killer of those wolves.
Do I know any info about revenants based off my...
I was gonna say, I look to Kalain when he mentions revenants, because I assume I don't know anything about what a revenant is.
Well, he's not actually... Give me a second.
Did we finish our long rest, by the way?
Yeah, you guys can hit long rest.
Yes.
Yo,
By
long
the way,
rest.
brother, that rambling skeleton's name was Steve.
Oh yeah? Did your book tell you that?
I named it Steve when I first saw it. It seemed like a Steve walk. So.
You know that revenants pretty much, looking in your book, exist to hunt down somebody who wronged them, and typically do not rest until they have their revenge.
Gotcha.
Grim the player knew what that was, a revenant, but...
These ones are a little different than what you probably can see or even look up, but...
Yeah.
I love the concept of them, of what they are.
That's another cool. 250 XP!
Let's go.
Everybody?
350. 350. 350. Yes, everybody.
About 350.
About 350.
Can I get a quick XP count on what everyone's at? Just want to make sure I'm
3930.
3930.
I think Stephen and I were a little bit above some others with some tiny little boost we had here and there.
You guys were 50 ahead, and I have 3880, which makes sense.
I have over 9,000.
Oh, for 9. What?
Hunter, I think your XP might be messed up.
Why? I'm at 3930 with Steven, and I've been tracking it.
Oh, it just changed for me. Before I was saying 35, I was like, that's not right.
Oh yeah, I had been updating. I'd done the 400 that we've earned, but I hadn't put the 350 in yet.
Gotcha.
I think like Joel should probably get extra, XP for listening to that.
All right, so what are you guys doing now?
He loses inspiration for listening to that. I'm just kidding.
The day comes and the Vistani pack up their things, and we should be on our way. Vallaki's not far. It's maybe a quarter of the day, maybe less, maybe more. Just kidding, half a day. I read the map wrong.
Aren't you guys supposed to be our guides?
Hey.
Hold on. If you don't even know how far away it is, why should we even pay you full price?
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go again.
We can leave if you want.
It's a joke.
Take the
It's a
45
joke.
gold and we'll leave right now.
It's a joke. It's a
I'm
joke.
gonna put my arms around Judas and lead him away. And like I said, you talk too much.
These guys, they don't know a joke from their asshole. Jeez.
I think they know an asshole when they see one.
Have they seen their own, or
The
only
old
each
Alec
other's?
Road transitions here from being a winding path through they're actually called the Vallaki Mountains that you were in. They're not on this map, but I found the name while I was reading. To a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends this for the first time into a, of course, fog-filled valley.
What?
In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town. Far off, over the trees, near the shores of a great mountain lake, its waters dark and still. A branch in the road leads west to a promontory, atop which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wooden vanes stripped bare. A sign in the road leading north spells Vallaki, whilst the sign leading west spells Durst Mill.
Fuck that place. I
on,
don't trust it.
can't
I
be that
don't
bad.
trust it.
We've done the death house. Let's do the death mill,
The death
guys.
mill, let's go.
Come on, not really.
The mill starts sprinting at us. I'm gonna get you.
It's like screaming Gratham.
I've come for that other part of your soul.
But guys, what if Sophaxis is maybe he had a little puppy brother and he could be in the mill. I'm just saying. Maybe we should check it out.
Maybe you should go find him.
What was the description of this place, the Durst Mill, again, Money? That we can see from here.
It's a dilapidated stone windmill. It's very old. The warped wooden vanes are stripped bare. From that distance, it's like further in atop a hill,
About
surrounded by trees.
how far? Half a mile, 2 miles?
2 miles.
Wow.
Yeah. You're pretty up high, so you can kind of see down pretty well. It's about 2 miles.
I'll turn to Joseph and Vasily. What, this Durst Mill, do you know anything about it?
There's a lot of ruins in this Barovia. We're not allowed to go into them.
And why is that?
I couldn't tell you. I don't make the rules.
Is it a rule of your caravan master, a rule of someone in Vallaki, a rule of Strahd himself?
Caravan master.
So you haven't searched this place for Arabelle, then I take it?
We have not.
We are not bound by your rules. Do you think it would be worth taking a short trip down there and see if Arabelle might be there? Maybe she doesn't abide by the rules being a 7-year-old. You know how they are.
We are not going down there, but if you wish to, it'd be mighty helpful, yes.
Do I have your word that you'd stay here and continue guiding us towards Vallaki?
Circumstantial, we'll stay here as long as we can, but if you don't come back in an hour, we'll probably leave.
I mean, at this point, we can see Vallaki though. Like they've kind of guided us through the worst part, right? Roughly.
It's fair. It's the switchbacks are kind of over. There's not much left out here. Just stick to the cobblestone road. There's a lot of trails. Look for the cobblestone.
If you wait here, sorry.
Repeat that back to me.
Stick to the cobblestone road.
Stick to
Don't
the
take
cobblestone road.
trails.
Don't take the trails. Very good.
Yeah.
And our camp is south. Yeah, it's south of Vallaki. You're welcome to come see us.
I'm gonna look to the group. Are you guys cool with checking down there for her? I mean,
Yeah.
let's go take a peek, right? It's not wouldn't be too far out of the way here.
Did I hear the name Durst? I might stick with these two fellas.
Captain leaves the party.
Yeah, let's not fall for any ghostly girls. Let's make sure she's a real one this time. Yeah, if everyone's cool with it, then I'm just gonna say, Joseph, Vasily, yes, if we're not back within the hour, you're good to go. You are bound to guide us to Vallaki with a payment that we gave you. But I offered assistance in finding Arabelle, the daughter of the caravan master, and I intend to look into this. We'll go check the place out, see if perhaps she's wandered into there.
Very well. Good luck.
See you in less than an hour. Let's head on down, I guess. If everyone's cool with that, I mean,
I'm just laughing because you sound like me. I'll see you in less than an hour, and it's gonna be like an hour and a half, hour 45 maybe.
I'm going to dinner, guys. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Yeah,
Painting
right.
a picture so I get it right. You're headed down there, all your horses, your wagon, everybody's...
Yeah, we take all of our stuff. I would
Yeah.
assume arena included. Just leave those two goons sitting on the crossroads.
No one asked what I thought. That's fine. You journey downward through a small tree grove, emerging into a hilly valley with a windmill and clear sight. The onion-domed edifice leans forward and to one side, as though trying to turn away from the stormy gray sky. Give me a second.
Money, as we get closer, can I do find familiar and have I'm gonna do a golden retriever.
Oh boy, not another
No,
one.
I can't do that.
That's going to take 10 minutes to do, and do you have the materials to do it?
Yes. Bought that earlier. I'll do a hawk. A hawk to
sit for 10 minutes.
Yeah, if you're doing it as a ritual, you'll have to sit for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Casting time.
Can I sit on my horse?
Are you drawing on your horse with charcoal and sticking incense in its hair? That's fine. You can't do it while moving, though.
Sure. That's fine. I at least want to scout the area, scout the windmill, see if I can get some eyes and some windows or something.
Well, let's do it with Joseph and Vasily there, so we're not burning part of our hour.
Yeah.
Make sure they start the countdown after we leave.
Yeah, while you guys are discussing this, you do that. Or the first thing in the morning, you did it. That's fine. So you have a familiar, a hawk. I don't have a token for that. But we'll just kind of play it by ear. So go ahead and burn those 10 gold worth of materials. You see gray brick walls and dirt-covered windows on the upper floors. A decrepit wooden platform encircles the windmill above a flimsy doorway leading to the building's interior. The vegetation in the area is more wilted than usual. The trees in the clearing are all dead. Runic carvings can be seen hanging by thread from trees that border the clearing. A feeling of dread hangs over you. The windmill and its immediate grounds are surrounded by a decayed wooden cattle fence, and perched up on the wooden beam of what would be the entrance, you have a cattle fence and then the big wood frame opening.
Mm-hmm.
Perched above the wooden beam above the entrance to the yard is a raven, and it hops about and squawks at you, seemingly agitated.
It's not good.
Dallin, isn't that one of those ravens that actually likes to talk to you? You don't like to talk to me.
Oh, I sure can try if we have questions for the raven. He seems a bit irritated right now.
Fine, I have one question. It's a good question. A raven.
As you approach, get a little bit closer, kind of the jetting out from the outcropping of the vegetation nearby, behind, out to the side of the mill, you spot 4 moss-covered stone megaliths, and there's a few, maybe 8 or 9 ravens circling above the site.
This is you said this off to one of the sides of the mill, right?
Yeah, over, say over here in
Okay.
the clearing, past the mill.
Do we get a sense that the raven is trying to warn us off, potentially?
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. He's just kind of squawking and spinning around and fluttering his wings.
Is he looking in our direction while he's doing all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Stephen, what were you going to do? What were you say?
Raven, did a little girl, about yay high, black hair, white skin, come this way. Squawk once if yes, squawk twice if no.
It does this.
Well, that settles that. I turn around to walk away.
Hang on there, Captain. If there's something scary, I need you.
Is there danger about this place, Raven? Are you trying to warn us?
It nods, and then all the other ravens begin squawking and flying north. And this one kind of looks back at it, hops, and flies to join them, and they all fly north.
God damn it.
Seemingly in a panic.
Where's the tree? No, I'm kidding. In a panic?
Can I
Players.
get my hawk to? Can I get my hawk to? I see windows on the picture. I'm not sure if those windows actually exist. But
They're there and they're close shut.
Gotcha. Any sort of openings?
There's a door that's closed. But if you're talking about like looking in, you don't
Yes.
see any.
Panic, they're
From
very
where you're
well
standing is
maybe
which seat
bodies.
you get, about the distance that you're at. You don't currently see any openings, no.
Any activity at those monoliths that we can see from our distance?
Now that the ravens are gone, none.
And you said there were runic carvings hanging from the trees that surround this place that we can see?
So like as you guys came walking up, you see runic carvings kind of hanging in there and looking around the clearing at the edge of the trees that you can see. What you could see like maybe a little necklace from that kind of distance, you see them all over the place.
Do you recognize
The
those
grass
carvings?
is visibly deader. Not that you heard a whole lot of birds to begin with, but occasionally you would hear a hoot or a crow. You hear nothing here.
Does it have any resemblance to the Gakis totem that I was given? Gakis, I can't remember the exact name right now.
Gakis, one for one, they don't look alike.
Okay. I'm gonna look to the magic users. Does runic carvings mean anything to any of you?
Can we identify them?
You can make an Arcana check.
I think I have. Do I have Arcana ability? No, I don't have proficiency in that. Oh, there you go.
You recognize these as wardings of protection, but there's actually no magical power to them. It's just the symbol of a ward of protection. Probably, and they're fashioned pretty crudely. You could probably assume like a peasant or somebody had made this thinking that it might work.
Now, is it protecting something within or keeping it within? That's what I'm thinking right now.
What do you think?
What do you guys think about this?
I feel we have a terrible track record with these types of things, and it might be better to wave off. Not our pigs, not our farm.
Yeah, I mean the raven said that there was no little girl.
This is true. That's why I decided to come down here. I have no intention of searching about him unless someone else wants to.
It might put Irina in danger as well. I just don't feel overly comfortable.
We'll finish this side quest at another time then.
Pin it. Put a pin in it.
Yeah. Mark that one down in the books, boys. Yeah, I think we play it safe. It sounds like everyone's on the same page here. We turn around and walk away, right? Yeah, guys?
Yeah. I'll fly my hawk down there just to see if anything happens.
Check out the monoliths with your hawk before we go.
Yeah, I want to check. I want to get up close.
Trigger the big bad to show up, yeah.
Yeah, I want to get up close on the windmill and on the monoliths just to see what I can see.
Flying around the windmill, you don't really see a whole lot. You don't hear anything, you don't see anything, there's nothing to be heard or seen. However, flying over, kind of looking through the eyes of your hawk, approaching the megaliths, counting 4 in total, you see that each stone has a specific carving. They're all kind of facing each other. And each has a carving of a city, it looks like. There seem to be some sort of decorations and carvings associating each city with a different season. The city of winter is shown covered with snow. The city of spring is arrayed with flowers. The city of summer has a large sunburst overhead. And the city of autumn is covered with leaves. You could see where several ravens when they had circled ahead, one of them had leapt and left from one of the tops of the stones. Top of that stone, some sort of like breadcrumbs. Give me a perception check.
Hey!
Damn, 2 in a row.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude.
You ready for 2 ones?
With a nat 20, I'll give you details I wasn't going to give you. But so, well done. You recognize these crumbs specifically, amongst a few other things you notice, as actually very similar to the pastries that were being sold in Barovia.
Oh.
Hmm.
You also see a lot of very shiny pearl-looking things in the grass in between all of the megaliths. And as you kind of fly down to get a better
Oh
look,
no.
you notice that they aren't pearls,
Your
but they are
teeth.
children's teeth.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Nice. I think we found the lair of the tooth fairy.
That bitch owes me some money. I'm going in.
Okay,
We're
I'll
rich
relay
boys.
that to the rest of the group.
After hearing that, I'm gonna ask Irina, does this place hold any significance? Do you know of it or what this place is?
I've never heard of it. I know of the pies that they sell around town, but they make people act funny. I've always stayed away from them. You don't think that they make them out of... That's terrible.
You said there were pie. There are the little like crumbs just all over the ground there, right? Or on the
Top of
megalith,
the stone. Top of the stone.
like where one of the birds was. You said.
Yeah,
Top of one stone, right? Not all of them.
one stone. Yeah, just on one of the stones, the bird was just eating the bread of the pastry.
God, what she just inferred, I was not putting that together. Jesus, the mill grinds kids down into pastries. Is that? Ugh. If that's a thing, that's brutal.
Irina, you said the pastries made the villagers act strange. Strange how?
Stranger than they usually act. They normally don't have any sort of personality, but it makes them happy. I guess happiness isn't strange, but for people in the village of Barovia, happiness is strange.
Indeed. Was it a lasting effect? Did it seem like they were happy for a long time?
It seemed like it lasted about as long as somebody who drank wine.
Hmm.
That's certainly horrifying.
I don't think we can let this go. Those are children's teeth.
What are we going to do? There's no kid in danger here. What are we supposed to do? Knock those giant stones over and hope that it fixes this place?
But what if the little girl is in there, and the raven just didn't see?
I have a feeling they see quite a bit more than we do. It's possible.
All I'm saying is that those are children's teeth near the monoliths. There's more to that window with that mill that meets the eyes.
Seems to run true for about everything around here. What are you suggesting then, brother?
I want to go inside. I know it's not ideal, but nothing in this world is.
If any of you make any moves to go, I'm there. If there's anything we can fix in this cursed place, I cannot say no.
Take one look at Irina. I'll say, I think this is something we do after we drop you off. You're a
Forever
priority.
just looking for trouble, aren't you?
That's a monster. I'm a monster hunter. It's what I do. But
Try to fix trouble, not necessarily look for it. But if we run across it,
I try to make trouble, if I'm being honest. But with you around every night, I don't want to risk your life and your survival.
Well, you know, I go where you go, but
Yeah.
preferably not into a creepy, dilapidated mill. But
Of course.
that is just my fault.
Everyone else, I think we should just come here when we have assured that Irina is safe. Is that okay by you all?
Don't have to tell me twice.
fine by me.
Agreed.
Raven said he didn't see the girl, so far I seem to trust in these ravens for some reason.
You know, they're quite mean sometimes, but yeah.
Not to me so far. They seem quite friendly, actually.
When you asked him something, I was gonna have him turn around and show you his ass, and he's gonna fly away as a joke.
Yeah.
But it was like in the moment, I was like, I don't want to ruin the moment. But he turns around, shows you his ass, and flies away. So you guys are backing out and leaving.
I think so. No one's in immediate danger, so Dallin's not tempted to push forward.
Truth is, I saw the disappointment in Money's eyes when we were like, maybe we shouldn't, and that scared me.
No,
me as a player
there's
wants to
no
go in there.
reaction here. You guys can go or don't. I don't have any disappointment. You're reading that
Money.
wrong.
My curiosity is piqued for sure, but
Yeah, buddy, I'm gonna take one of those
Yeah.
teeth.
What?
I'm gonna take one of those teeth.
I'm gonna judge you for taking one of those teeth.
Interesting. Okay.
With the
I'm gonna mage hand the teeth.
with the
tooth.
familiar,
That's a really far away
That's pretty.
journey.
Yeah. Mage Hand is like
You're gonna have
what,
to walk
like
over there.
25 feet.
Yeah, I recognize
Mage's
that.
Not
But
30
knowing that I can get a spell later on to know where that kid might be, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, well, you can use your hawk to grab one.
yeah, I
of
was
the
gonna say you have a familiar.
I don't know if familiars can like actually do stuff and grab stuff.
He's as physical as you are, for
Cool.
the most
Yeah,
part.
I'm gonna have him grab a tooth.
Okay, so he grabs a molar,
Can I get
child molar.
a canine?
So,
He's picking
the
through
fuck,
these
man?
teeth, a pile of them, looking for a canine. Brushes over hundreds of them, and well, there's one. Grabs one, and flies back to you.
It was just the 4 stones, right? There's nothing in the center of them, right? I know they're all facing each other, and you just said the teeth are just like sprinkled around on the ground, right?
On the inside.
On the
specifically,
inside, yeah. Okay.
in between the stones.
It's not like a specific pile. It's just they're all over the place.
Mhm.
Okay.
Cool.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together with him potentially like killing kids to make these pastries, but if that's how it is, that's brutal. Yeah, turn around and head back, I guess. Yeah. After that, if no tooth monster pops up from stealing his teeth.
You guys didn't spend too much time. It was maybe you got walking about 30-40 minutes of kind of checking it out, walking down there, checking it out, coming back. Maybe a little bit more. You make it back in time to see Yosef and Vasily begin to kind of stand up, stretch. They're about to leave, and then they see you guys coming back, and they're just like, "You're about to leave. Good timing."
Unfortunately, nothing about Arabelle down there.
It's unfortunate, but thank you for looking.
I intend to keep my word and look for her.
Was it as spooky as I think it would be?
Absolutely, yes.
Hey, good. Glad it's banned. Not going. Let's carry on. Alright.
Do you ever know if anybody ever does go there to the mill? Like, have you ever heard of anybody ever going?
No, we just told stay away from the ruins. It's forbidden.
Yeah.
And Vistani, we take curses very seriously. And someone says, "Hey, it could be cursed." We don't go.
Quite a few runes hanging from necklaces in the trees around there. Didn't seem to hold any power from what we could tell, but someone was trying to ward something around there.
Pretty common. Yeah, you see runes. Yeah, I don't know. People put things. Superstitions, maybe not. I don't know. Yosef doesn't know much about these things.
Who does?
Shall we?
I don't think
Might-
he heard you.
Yeah.
What's
Who?
that? Sorry.
You don't know much about this, but who does?
About this place specifically, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Being completely honest, I don't.
Sounds good.
Maybe a caravan master, since he forbids you from traveling here. Maybe he knows something. And these places in general, the ruins, as you call them. We could speak to him whenever we arrive in Vallaki.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we've never really had an outright discussion about it. Maybe Lavash does know.
Lavash.
Yeah, you said it earlier, but heavy accent. I don't think anybody picked it up.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
That's the little girl's father as well.
Okay.
But I don't know. He might. Who knows? I mean, I'm older than he is, but you know, maybe there's a presidential general that they hand down to reach with all the secrets, like who shot JFK, or aliens real, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else before you continue down the road? No. Okay.
No.
Moving on.
Keep going.
You find yourself on the downhill for the first time in this journey. The road is wide and well maintained at this point. It's easy to find. The cobblestone hidden beneath the dirt is more prevalent here. You can see why Yosef had pointed out earlier. You do see trails jetting off, but it is fairly easy to stick to the cobblestone. However, the fog and the malevolent wood still lingers not far from the path, a constant reminder of the threat that you face. After a mile or so, the old Sphalic road meanders into a valley, watched over by a dark forest on either side. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against this wall, as though looking for a way inside. Hoping to catch... Oh wait, this is a better view for you. Sorry, wrong one. We'll get there. Thick fog presses up against the wall, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. Vallaki differs greatly from the village from which you came. Some of its buildings are brightly colored, and you can see from here the hustle and the bustle of a busier people. For the first time in a while, you can hear the clanging of civilization and even birdsong. The sight and feeling of respite. Well, friends, we thank you for the journey, we thank you for the gold, but this is where we be heading off. Word of warning to you, Judas, as we've said, Vistani are not welcome in Vallaki, but keep your heritage a secret if you mean to mingle about with those Vallaki. Meaning, you might want to change the way you sound. You sound like us. Just forewarning. If you need us, like as I said, take the western road. You might miss our caravan, but worry not. We have eyes on the road. We'll keep an eye out for you, and we'll come to you. Sound fair?
I will give him one of these.
I'll give you one of these direct back. We wish you fair travels, friends.
I appreciate it. And I guess I might switch into this voice again.
Yeah, let's just
Yosef and Vasily take one of the dirt paths off to the side and begin heading kind of like southwesternly. They each kind of give you a wave, and of course one of these as they go into the woods and out into the dark. Fog, sorry.
By the way, we have a black screen, Money. I don't know if we're supposed to be seeing a picture of some sort.
Yeah.
Oh, really? My bad.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
Sometimes
interrupt you, though.
I missed the check.
Ooh.
Mm.
Grandeur Vallaki.
Yeah, it's a pretty good picture, huh?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
What's all the birds doing, huh?
That's my hawk, man.
This the person that this.
Jesus.
A swarm of bats. Roll initiative, bitches. You thought you were out of the woods. You follow the dirt road, and it ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground, this is the gates of the city, the town. Planted in the ground and flanking the road on both sides of the gate are a half dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them. Now we go here. Who goes there? What's your business? Are you approaching the gates? I guess I should ask. Are you guys approaching the gates? I assumed you were. Nobody
Yeah.
said anything.
Yeah, I had a regular question as a player.
Okay.
I guess that accent is specifically reserved for Vistani folk.
The real thick, like caravan-y one, yeah. I mean, you could still sound a
Okay.
little bit Slavic, but like,
Gotcha.
All that, probably. Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
Ismark. He talks more like this. It's more Russian in sense, and the way that you're speaking is slightly different. Do the best you can. I thought it'd be fun to make you
Yeah.
twist it up, and it's actually lore friendly. They do not like the Vistani.
More friendly
Lord.
to them?
Lore friendly.
Lore friendly. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Catch you stepping up too.
Travelers from the village of Barovia. Just coming in. Business from Ismark.
Travelers. Hey, travelers. Hey, they don't. They kind of like leans over and they're like whispering a little bit. They're. What do you think? They're fucking werewolves. Let them in. Open the gate. Close the gate. Open it a little.
Yeah, we'll go forward.
So where are you from? Obviously coming from the east. You coming out of the village of Barovia.
Y'all could speak up, but if not, I'm just gonna say the truth. That's Dallin's way. We come from. We're not of this place. We ended up here recently, further east of Barovia.
Well, you're welcome to come in. It's
Thank you. Yes. Well,
we'll have to search your cart though.
Sure, there's nothing but rations and shit up there.
you been shitting in the cart again?
Yeah, sorry.
You traders or something?
Mm. Not really, no.
Travelers.
So what brings you to Vallaki?
Business of Ismark, of the village of Barovia.
Who the fuck is Marcus? Never heard of him.
He's the burgomaster's son there.
Well, he's the burgomaster
Poliana
now.
and Darovich? That's the current burgomaster, is it not? Koliana?
He's
No
passed
longer.
away.
Oh.
This
I
is his
imagine you're
son.
here to see the burgomaster of Vallaki then with this kind of news.
That
That'd be a
correct.
very good start. Yes.
Well, okay. Well, I could take you straight there, or I can give you directions.
Lead on. As in, like, he can lead us there. I don't see any issue with that.
Okay. So it's about 11:40 a.m. in the day.
Still
About
early.
the time you travel, about about noon. call it noon so that I don't forget. So walking through this city, we'll kind of come through this a little bit quickly since we're running out of time. The roads are very well maintained. You do see people kind of coming and going. You see a few people that have that same kind of blank face, like, existence. A lot of them kind of go into their houses at the sight of people kind of coming around. But you also see a lot more regular people coming and going.
Oh man. It just keeps zooming out.
Oh.
As you've been walking through, name's Godstoyle, by the way. He kind of points over to this large structure here. Well, while you're in town, that's where the Arasek stockyard, if you need to buy any sort of general goods for travel, rations, and that sort of thing. They also have a blacksmith, mainly in tools, kind of eyeballs your weapons a bit. Not very keen on weapons, though. We import all of our weapons from Keswick.
That's the mountainous fort to the west, right? Like a fortress or something like that. You told us about it at one point.
It's an abbey.
An abbey, okay. But it's like fortified, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got like walls and stuff. Also, Dimdold's, he makes tools. He's pretty good. And you keep walking through. He points toward like this market square, and he's like, "There's a few more shops in there. You guys make your way to about here." And you begin to start to see like flyers the whole time as you've been walking through, and now you start to see a lot more of them. And looking down this direction, you see a town square. The shops and the homes that enclose the town square are like decorated with limp and tattered garlands and painted wooden boxes. A couple of the boxes near the street that you're going through are full of like dead flowers. They've been here, sitting here maybe a week. At the north end of the square stands a row of stocks that are locked, in which several men, women, and children are locked in these stocks. Each of them are wearing plaster donkey heads. And in the center of the square, peasants in like patchwork clothes kind of eye you suspiciously as you pass, as they use cups and vases to kind of draw water from. There's like a crumbling fountain there. Standing tall in the center of the fountain is a gray statue of an impressive man facing west. All around the square are posted proclamations, and these are like these flyers that you're seeing everywhere. It says, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolfhead's Jamboree. Attendants and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. The Baron."
All right.
And the guard, kind of noticing you guys look around at these things, kind of pipes up. Not that you didn't already know this. I don't want to intrude or anything, but unhappiness is kind of illegal here. So don't do it. Okay, follow me.
Not a problem.
Unhappiness is illegal, you say?
Well, that's what I said.
Interesting. This is enforced by the Baron?
It is the Baron's law. Yes, sir.
Is that why there's donkey heads on those people over there?
They were, what was it? Malicious unhappiness, correct.
Gotcha. Luckily for us, we're the happiest fucks around, so no issues there.
Oh.
Yes.
Then you'll be fine.
Perfect.
Very good. Further down this road.
Is the Baron the same person as the Burgomaster? Or are there two leads here within the?
One and the same.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. One and the same.
No, one and the same. Yes.
I don't know why the book calls them Burgomasters and Barons, but same. Moving further down.
Did we catch that Burgomaster's name at any point?
Yes, we did. His name
Vargas.
is Baron. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Vargas Vallaki. Yeah.
Okay, that was like an old name that we had, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. since you guys are passing by it, he points out
Yeah, what's this?
a tailor shop.
Okay.
Yeah, what's
There.
this?
In there you see like a lot of sheep.
This is like
It's
a
like a sheep
livestock
pen.
pen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the
Yeah,
rodeos in town.
People
Well,
fit right in
boy,
with you.
howdy.
Coming up to this road, he points out the very large building in front of you. As you guys start to turn, is the only inn in town. It is called the Blue Water Inn.
I like the little emblems for all the stuff. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we will stop here at this corner, but he points out that he took a wrong turn and he's going to the wrong house. That's my fault.
Oh, okay.
You guys go down here, and he points it out. He didn't take. Yeah, it works. Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah,
on
we
the
followed
after all.
the main road here.
To which he points out that this is the burgomaster's mansion, and off, kind of easily to see from where you're at, you do see St. Andrew's. Obviously,
That way off
doesn't
to
have a
the
name
west.
outside of it, but
Okay, I see
you
it.
can see a big church over there from where you're at.
Any other landmarks within town that we should know of? Any other shops? Just anything that we should know of.
Well, you got Blinksy's Toys, Mystic Pages just down the road there. There's a coffin maker's shop. If well, I don't want to pry, but we have one. If you need it.
Good to know.
Well, you'd have to be more specific. That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Oh, that's plenty of information. We appreciate you showing us around.
Yes, and what was the page place?
It's Mystic Pages. They two brothers. They don't really
Just two
get out
brothers.
much. Just two brothers selling books, magic books.
I've seen that movie actually. Yeah, okay. I will keep it in mind. I happen to be something of an artist, and yeah, good paper is hard to come by.
What's that?
And people who don't interrupt, and I like hit Colleen.
I'll say too, when you guys came to this town for Irina's sake, she kind of pulled her hood up. And then as you guys get to the gates of the burgomaster's mansion, the guard goes up to one of the count, at least on the front side, 6 other guards. They're all reasonably armed and armored. They're not like heavy armored or anything. A lot of leather armor, some chainmail here and there, but it's not real scary stuff. I mean, even just talking to this guy, he's probably never really seen combat in his entire life.
Nerd.
Yeah, fucking, he just goes to airsoft events, He comes back after talking with one of the guards who also went inside, and from the window you see a figure move. And let's see if everybody give me a perception check. This is gonna be a hard DC. We'll call the night after this.
Big roll, big roll.
Oh,
It was almost a 20 for me.
We're missing one.
Come on.
Nope.
Nah.
The guard
16?
speaks to a figure in the window, and there's some details that you missed.
Ah.
But the guard comes back out and be gone with him. He doesn't want to speak. There's some random people coming in.
Rude.
Oh, sorry, friends. I thought he might want to know.
That's okay.
Well, I
We're
told
still,
him, and he doesn't care.
That's all right. We're still
Fuck off.
happy as fuck.
Fuck off. We're ending there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I pull my hammer and bash down the gate.
The city swarms you.
I lack permission to update playlist.
that's good.
It gave me an error whenever we switched back.
Oh, that's happened to me before, but it actually still lets me do it. I don't know.
Did you add the cards to this one?
Sorry?
Did you add the cards to the
Yeah,
to like
I
this?
added the cards, I added the
Cool.
map, I added
Coins.
a postcard, coins.
That's cool. Looks super good.
Yeah, I added it last week. Nobody said shit. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
I saw it. I just didn't
I
happen to
saw
say
it.
anything. Definitely spotted that though.
Just
And
like,
then the bottom left, RIP, who's first?
That's been there for a while.
I
Yeah.
added blood to it though for fun.
Yeah.
Well, right on, guys. Got some XP on that travel. You guys made some wise choices. Almost didn't make wise choices. You guys are so close.
Wonder which ones those are. Don't say anything.
Those
we
would have been.
might go
Those would have
back.
been just as fun. No, I'm not talking about the windmill. I'm talking about
Okay.
I'm not giving away any clues about
Good,
that. You
good,
guys
good,
go
good.
figure that out. I'm talking about with like the Stani guys. Yeah, just you avoided a lot of shit just having them with you, so it was a smart
Good.
choice.
No.
Sometimes it pays off. But
Yeah.
it's not unwise to be unsure because people will try to rip you off. It's just like regular world. You wake up and they're gone, and so is Steven. Steven.
Wait.
Steve.
Or Judas.
Oh. It's like, wait, Steven the horse? Or
The undead horse from last campaign.
Oh god.
just shows up again?
Yeah, so if Austin wants to know the story of that, he bought a horse and named it Chris, which is my name, and when Hunter gave me an undead horse for my necromancer, I named him Steven.
And
we
he
were always
rode
riding each
Steven.
other.
Yeah, they rode each other around all campaign.
Let me tell you, Steven Bucks.
Christ.
But cool. Alright, you guys made it to Vallaki. I definitely lost my place for those fucking gate guards. I might have accidentally like copy and pasted over it. I had a thing for it, but couldn't find it.
Cool.
GG boys.
Got a lot of
Cool.
experience there.
Just more flavor stuff.
See boys in team speed.
Got some good rolls, got some good RP in there. That was fun.